In the Motor City, where horsepower reigns supreme, the Pistons flex their muscle on defense and drop the hammer on the Bucks. Tonight, Milwaukee must shift into overdrive or get left in the dust. In the shadow of the Twin Cities, a pack of Timberwolves, hungry to advance in the playoffs for the first time, picked apart their prey, led by a new member of the Den.
Dan looking for 40 off the glass. He's done it. What a Wolves playoff debut.
Tonight, Denver's mission is clear. The hunted must become the hunter.
They are making their way into the Palace of Auburn Hills. It will be another sellout crowd, better than 22,000 turning out, and they are believers. Piston fans feel there's an opportunity for this team to make it to the NBA Finals. Now, this is a franchise that has won 2 championships, and here in the Motor City, they would love to see a third banner hanging overhead. Tonight, perhaps another step in that direction as the Pistons take on the Milwaukee Bucks in Game 2 of this Eastern Conference first round series. Hi, everybody. I'm Marv Albert, along with the Czar, Mike Fratello. Will be joined in just a moment by Charles Davis. Now, in Game 1 here at the Palace on Sunday, it was Detroit at its very best. They did whatever they wanted to do, and as a result, they came away with a convincing 26-point victory.
They completely dominated the Bucks at both ends of the floor, Marv. When we talk about Detroit, we think about defense. Larry Brown has put together quite an impressive defensive unit this past season, and the numbers clearly show how well they played against the Bucks. But this is the norm for this past season as far as Detroit's concerned. They were first in the league in fewest points given up at 84. First in the league in block shots, 7 per game. Second in point differential, meaning they score, yet they hold their opponents down. And 11 times this season, Marv, they held their opponents under 70 points per game. Their trapping pressure defense wound up creating 25 turnovers. These 25 turnovers led to 28 points for the Pistons. So somehow tonight, the Bucks must find a way to solve the Piston defense.
As are during the course of the regular season, the Bucks were the 4th highest scoring team in the NBA. They were handcuffed here in game number 1. What does Terry Porter have to do to turn things around tonight?
Well, you'd like to think you could just go to the drawing board and come up with a couple new plays that'll produce some offense, but that's not the case against this Piston defense. Instead, he'll turn to his main guys, the guys that carried this team during the regular season. When you combine the top 3 scorers during the regular season, they produced almost half of the 98 points per game that Milwaukee scored. Well, you can see that obviously in game number 1, they really struggled, scoring just a combined 25 points. So Porter must devise a way to get Michael Redd more open shots, get Keith Van Horn open shots coming in transition, and hope that Joe Smith can produce a little bit on the offensive boards. Another thing, they were 5th in the league in free throw attempts, Marv, almost 27 per game. They shot only 17 in game number 1.
All right, both teams getting ready. Coming up momentarily, Game 2 of this best of 7 from the Motor City.
You can finally get all hands on that new deck project. You can pave the way for a new patio or save energy with new appliances. Your tax refund can be your ticket to improving your most important investment, your home. And the Home Depot can make it even better. Right now, get 5% off any purchase when you convert your tax refund check into a Home Depot gift card. Just bring your check to a store near you and watch it grow. The Home Depot. You can do it, we can help.
Another new K-Swiss.
Put your spin on it.
This is how I spin it.
Buy K-Swiss.
Put your spin on it.
Look it up.
Mix it up.
Spin it like this.
Put your spin on it.
Represent my team.
My team. They're new.
5 stripes. Put your spin on it.
Red or blue?
I wear my K-Swiss like this. Put your spin on it.
Put your spin on it.
K-Swiss.
We've been coming here for years. Suddenly, everybody has a laptop. What gives?
It's a hotspot.
A hotspot?
A hotspot, broadband, wireless, a tipping point. One hotspot, a blip. 10, a novelty. Then the game of business changes. Billions of dollars fly through the air.
Billions?
Billions. Watch your head.
How's our security?
Welcome back to the Palace. Some late work being handled by various Pistons fans out of the concourse. It is a late arriving crowd, earlier start at just past 7 o'clock Eastern time here in the Detroit area. The Pistons have been introduced to this crowd. And we'll check out the McDonald's starting lineup. First for the visitors, the Milwaukee Bucks, who went 41-41 of the regular season to finish in the number 6 seed. Damon Jones, Michael Redd in the backcourt. Michael Redd, who had a sensational regular season, only 4 of 10, 11 points in his first ever playoff start. And up front, Desmond Mason with Brian Skinner and Joe Smith. For the Pistons, who won 54 games in the regular season, 54-28. They finished 3rd in the Eastern Conference and finished very strong, winning 20 of the last 24 games. The backcourt is Chauncey Billups and Rip Hamilton. And up front, Tayshaun Prince, Ben Wallace, and Rasheed Wallace. Huge game for Ben Wallace in game 1, 8 for 15, 17 points, and 14 rebounds. Let's check in with Charles Davis. Charles?
Thank you, Marv. As you guys discussed at the top, the Milwaukee Bucks have to find a way to solve the Detroit Pistons defense, and that means getting leading scorer Michael Redd off. He had only 11 points in game 1. He averaged almost 25 points per game in the 4 regular season games against Detroit. He says he'll have to move more without the ball and use the pass to get himself open, rely on his teammates to score, and also move to open areas. I guarantee he'll be more aggressive offensively in this game. Marv, back to you.
All right, Charles. Michael Redd, during the regular season, averaged 22 points, made the All-Star team for the first time, but Czar kept dribbling into the Pistons' trapping defense the other day. As a result, he touched on it. He committed 7 turnovers.
I think Terry Porter made a very good point when he said that he sat down with Michael Redd and explained to him, Michael, you have earned the respect of other teams now. So they're going to come at you with double teams, something that you weren't used to seeing in the past. You're going to try and take the ball out of your hands. There are going to be more times now that you have to give yourself up and make your teammates have better shots rather than you be looking for the shot that much.
The officials are Bennett Salvatore, Monty McCutcheon, and Tim Donaghy. I mentioned that the Bucks ended up with the number 6 seed. They actually had 3 chances to clinch the number 4 spot, home court advantage for the first round, but they lost their last 3 and lost their final game to Toronto on a 3-point shot by Jalen Rose in the final seconds. And the Pistons get right to it. Rasheed Wallace from Richard Hamilton.
But when you know that you can dominate certain areas, and one certainly is size with the Pistons, you can run up and set up all kinds of special plays, and when they work, they look terrific. The opening tip, basically a give and go off the opening tap.
This is Redd being played by Hamilton. The shot clock down to 4. Here is Mason. And back comes Hamilton. Playing with that face mask, protecting the broken nose. Prince, they swing it. Phillips, down low, Wallace.
That's the unselfishness that Larry Brown has been preaching the entire season. And he said the 2 guys that have really bought into it at the midpoint of the year, Chauncey Billups and Rip Hamilton both giving up open shots so they can get teammate shots.
Here's Red, able to drill it from downtown. So the Pistons have a 4-3 lead. The other day, the Pistons appear to surprise the Bucks with the intensity of the pressing, trapping defense. Prince, and a foul, blocking foul is called on Mason.
Well, the first unit for Detroit is good defensively because their guards are big and strong, and they have the large front court shot blocking group back there. But then when Larry Brown goes to the bench and brings on the second unit, they call their guards the pit bulls because they really get after it. We're talking about Lindsey Hunter and Mike James defensively.
Hamilton for three. And Smith lost it.
That bench that he has put together there is very deep right now. They have a tremendous amount of confidence. It's a different bench than it was a year ago. You don't have the John Barrys coming off shooting the three-pointers. This is a defensive-minded group that forces turnovers and gets their points in transition.
John Prince. Rebounded by Joe Smith. David Jones met by Chauncey Billups. Brian Skinner, crowd wanted to travel. Skinner with a nice move. Able to get inside on Rasheed Wallace.
Looks to me like the coaching staff said to Skinner, if you're gonna go quicker, make a quick move. Don't let the Piston defense sink in on you and get a read.
Rasheed draws the double. Phillips thought he had Wallace. David Jones with the lead. That is broken up by Hamilton.
Larry Brown had a few concerns today, Marv, one of which was we can hurt ourselves if we take quick, hurried shots that aren't good shots. The second thing, if we don't take care of the basketball and commit unnecessary turnovers. The third category, he said, was if we just don't rebound the ball the way we're capable of.
Here's Red again from downtown. A step-back three from Michael Red. The Bucks with an 8-0 run, and they lead at 8-4.
That's a tough shot. If you're going to live with that the entire night, I would think that Larry Brown's defense would be very happy. He had to clear the arm, swing in there, and then get the shot off.
Off the miss by Prince. Here comes David Jones, able to get it down low. Back come the Pistons off the turnover. Pretty give and go as Ben Wallace is sent sprawling. He draws the foul.
Talk about the #1 team in the league in blocking shots. Well, here you see, as he goes up, Ben Wallace winds up getting a piece of it, and then who winds up finishing it off in the end? Wallace has the attempt, but he's fouled as he goes up.
Foul on Damon Jones. Damon Jones, a one-time Detroit Piston. And a good friend of Ben Wallace. Free throw shooting, not one of the strengths of Ben. 49% from the line during the season. The Bucks have an 8-5 lead. Phillips putting some pressure on Jones. Now they double up. Here's the trap. It's a jump ball.
Marv, the Piston defense guides you into a corner. They try and get you over near the sideline. Then as you get to the sideline, they come with the next man from behind. Watch the next man coming. Right there, they jump the ball. There he's trapped. You got two defenders. One's the sideline, one's the backcourt line, besides the two that are in the white jersey.
And off that pressure defense, Pistons able to control the tip. Here is Billups. Yes. Chauncey Billups back from a sprained left ankle, sat out Detroit's last 4 games, returned for game 1 on Sunday. The game is tied at 8. And it's Salvatore with the call away from the ball. It is on Hamilton.
Michael Red was going to have to work harder to free himself up so he can get some open looks. There you see Hamilton trying to hold on, the tugging on the jersey in the back. That's what Bennett Salvatore called.
Mason over Prince. Wallace with the rebound. Phillips pops it down for Rasheed Wallace. Timing slightly off.
You could see Rasheed really bust out of there and get going in transition in the open court, and Phillips had him in his eyesight the entire time.
Last touch by Ben Wallace. The Bucks maintain possession. During the season, the Pistons took 3 of 4 against Milwaukee. All 4 games were tight. Joe Smith is wrapped up. Rasheed Wallace did not face Milwaukee as a member of the Pistons. Foul is called on Phillips. So Smith to the line. Joe Smith, in his 9th year out of Maryland, signed as a free agent from the Timberwolves. You recall he was the #1 overall pick back in the 1995 draft by Golden State.
Joe Smith, one of those guys who on the defensive end of the floor not only can rebound the ball, block some shots, but he will give up his body, step in, and take offensive fouls.
This is a loud crowd. The Thundersticks are at work. And a loose ball foul is called on Skinner.
We've had a lot of cooperation, Mark, tonight from the players thus far with the officials. They're all trying to help out, all trying to give their opinion of who's grabbing what and whose foul it should have been. Very, very nice of them.
And I know that Dennis Salvatore and Monty McCutcheon, Tim Donahue are all very appreciative of the help that they have received here in the early going. Hamilton looking for the pick. Now inside to Wallace. Phillips over Jones. Yes. That's a 2-pointer. He had a foot on the line.
That is a tough shot, too. He had an open shot, fake. Against the defense, he made a very difficult shot.
Pistons up by 1. This is game 2 of the best of 7. Sunday here in Detroit. Pistons won by 26 points. Game 3 Saturday afternoon. Back in Milwaukee. Red from the other side hit a couple of threes from the right-hand side, and now a 2 from the left.
So one of the things Milwaukee did was have Desmond Mason bring the ball down the floor last time, figuring that he might be able to do a little better job getting it down, getting him into their offense than perhaps Damon Jones.
There's Hamilton on a quick release. Detroit up by 1. Richard Hamilton leading the Pistons in scoring, averaging just under 18 per game during the regular season. Red trying to come off the pick. Prince off the loose ball. Here's Hamilton. He goes to the pull-up.
Mark, I know that Michael Red is counted on for a large part of the offense. You see the lob and the great catch and finish that time by Desmond Mason. Nice lead pass by Jones. Red's got to be careful exactly what kinds of shot he's taking, because Pistons are then running out at the other end.
And as Hamilton looked to put on the floor, a foul called away from the ball. It's on the Bucks. It's on Red. That's his first. A timeout taken with 6:13 remaining in this first quarter.
Lead in transition, and an athletic guy who can catch and finish in Mason.
Hey, I see you all the time. I think you're a little bit nice, waiting to give me a line. Give me a line. Give me a love. Give me a taste. Yeah, that's right. You're gonna have to chase me.
I'm a man. What is it about a man? Earn the right to be the 2004 Motor Trend Truck of the Year, the next F-150. If you haven't looked at Ford lately, look again.
Lisa, what happened?
Greg waited until 9 o'clock last night to get started.
That's when my free minutes kick in.
Greg, you're out. Your team should have joined in with Verizon Wireless. Then you could call each other anytime for free. You increase productivity and build unity. You can't do that if you're out.
I thought I was fired.
You are fired, you minute-hoarding clock watcher.
Free in-network calling from Verizon Wireless. Are all your employees in?
Good.
Now he means business.
Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
Hey, baby, it's me, Gary Payton. You know I dream about being with you every night. I left behind my job, my friends. I even took a pay cut. And do you know what houses cost around here? And I did it all for you. The glove has got the love. Come with me, baby. Show me a sign.
The 2004 Western Conference Finals, only on TNT.
The 2004 NBA playoffs on TNT being brought to you by TGI Fridays. Try Fridays' new shrimp flavors. 3 all-new dishes overflowing with flavor. By Verizon Wireless, they never stop working for you. By Radio Shack, you got questions, we've got answers. And by McDonald's, we're loving it. Czar, that is the Detroit River, as we welcome you back to the Palace of Auburn Hills. Michael Redd, who had a subpar performance in Game 1 here on Sunday, intent on turning things around, and he's had the shot going. He's 3 of 5. 2 of those 3 from downtown.
Yeah, he felt right from the beginning that he had the stroke going after a good warm-up, so he goes right to the corner, running a fade off the baseline screen, deepens out, knocks out a 3 to start it off, then he comes right back by swinging in from the same corner, same spot, hitting another 3, and then he works a little bit harder by putting it on the floor and off the dribble 2. So in just 6 minutes, 8 points.
It is Detroit ball as we resume. Both clubs remain the same following the timeout. Here is Rasheed Wallace, able to use his length to get that shot off.
Something that Larry Brown worked on today, the side out of bounds, anticipating Milwaukee might go to a zone. So what they worked on is inbounded to Ben Wallace and have Rasheed flash to the opening against the zone. It's exactly what they got.
Smith setting the pick. Here is Smith with a rainbow. Kept alive by Smith. Redd with the step, and that pass too strong. Mason able to retrieve. Skinner kept alive by Smith. Good work by Joe Smith, and he draws the foul.
I think Terry Porter is pleased with the energy of his team right now. They're getting it after, trying to get second shot opportunities on the glass. A little bit intimidated still by the shot blocking ability of this Detroit Piston team. It's like they're always looking over their shoulder when they're in the lane area, thinking that someone will be there to block or change a shot.
Smith ties the game. Terry Porter, who has taken over from George Karl after only 1 year of experience as an assistant coach at Sacramento. Born and raised in Milwaukee, had a solid 17-year NBA playing career with Portland and Minnesota, Miami, San Antonio, a 2-time All-Star. His Portland team went to 2 NBA Finals, as it turns out, losing to Detroit. Then Chicago.
Actually came in 3rd in the Coach of the Year balloting behind Rudy Brown and Jerry Sloan.
This Milwaukee team got off to a terrific start, surprising everyone. And it will be Milwaukee ball, and they were sparked by their outstanding rookie point guard TJ Ford, who has been out since last February with a bruised spinal cord. Off the steal, nice ball fake, and Phillips scores. Well, the other day, the Pistons came up with 14 steals to set a franchise playoff record. Detroit by 1, just under 5 remaining in this first quarter.
Mark, now that last turnover by Damon Jones. I'd like to know what category that one falls into, because Damon mentioned of the 25 turnovers, they were all unforced last game by the Pistons defense.
Yes, that did amuse the Pistons, who felt that Damon was not giving them proper credit.
Well, let's see how this one happens. I think that's just throwing the ball to the wrong color jersey, so I'm not sure if that's forced or unforced. All I know is that's a bad mistake.
Yeah, Damon indicating the Detroit defense did not bother Milwaukee. He said most of the Bucks' 25 turnovers on Sunday were unforced.
Detroit's defense didn't bother any of those 5 teams in a row that they held up to 70 points when they had that string going during the regular season. 11 times overall they held opponents under 70. It's quite an accomplishment.
Well, the Pistons maintain the 1-point lead. And Wallace.
You saw that time the effect of Skinner going up, challenging the shot, and Wallace missed an easy layup on the inside.
Here's Smith getting inside, taking the pass from Mason, so the Bucks now lead 17-16.
You know, Marv, this early part of the game for Milwaukee, they're more than holding their own with Detroit. It was only a 9-point game at halftime in game number 1. It was the third quarter where the Pistons exploded.
Rasheed Wallace showing his range, and the Pistons now lead 18-17. Rasheed with 6 points. He's hit all 3 of his shots. See the Bucks rushing to get it up court to avoid the possibility of pressure. Smith able to hit. So the Bucks shooting well. Just under 50%. Pistons at 53. They've connected on 8 of 15. Bucks up by 1. There is Tayshaun Prince. Van Horn and Brevin Knight getting set to check in for Milwaukee. Mason spinning his way. Phillips pushing it down. He has Hamilton. Rebounded by Prince. Tayshaun Prince with the bucket. He's fouled by Skinner. He will hit to the line, but first, a timeout. Pistons up by 1. Let's go to Ernie Johnson in our Atlanta studio.
All right, thank you, Marv. There is legal news from Denver today. The judge in Kobe Bryant's sexual assault case ruled that the medical records of the 19-year-old alleged victim are off limits to the defense. Bryant's attorneys had contended that those medical records could indicate that his accuser had a scheme to falsely accuse him. Bryant's next court appearance in Colorado is scheduled for Monday. We'll be back with more playoff basketball after this.
The NBA playoffs on TNT. The Knicks go home to Broadway after being upstaged in Jersey. Then, can the world champs tame the Grizzlies in their own den? 40 games in 40 nights. Nets, Knicks, Spurs, Grizzlies. Tomorrow night.
Win or go home.
11 p.m. It's Albert and Ben. 2:10. What's up with your friend? It's 3:42. That girl rocks. She's got more skills than you. Now it's 5:38. Thoughts of McGriddles make my stomach quake. For bacon, eggs, and cheese on sweet griddle cakes. Only takes one hand to put them all in my face. McDonald's, I'm loving it. McGriddles, breakfast for you, bedtime snack for me.
I'm a man.
What is it about a man and the right to be the 2004 Motor Trend Truck of the Year, the next F-150? If you haven't looked at Ford lately, look again.
Even as a kid, I believed in giving people more for their money. I'm Roger Riney. I started Scottrade to take care of online investors like nobody else. With $7 trades, no transaction fees on thousands of mutual funds, and offices nationwide. Click, call, or stop by Scottrade today.
You are the photographer. You are the photo lab. With the new HP Pavilion Desktop PC powered by the Intel Pentium 4 processor. It comes with monitor and preloaded HP Image Zone software, the fun, easy way to organize, edit, and share your photos. Only from HP, all for just $499 after rebates. Call now and for a limited time get a free 15-inch flat panel upgrade and double your memory. The future of photography is bright.
LA's finest, Detroit's baddest, together again. Don't miss Eddie Murphy in the Saturday Night New Classic, Beverly Hills Cop 2, Saturday night at 7 on TNT.
We are back at the Palace of Auburn Hills. Fast start for Rasheed Wallace. 3 for 3 from the field. 6 points. And look at these numbers. Yes, the Rasheed effect, a record of 20-6 after coming over to the Pistons.
Larry Brown talked this morning about how much better he made this Piston defense, and Larry's statement about the fact, look, first of all, he said he's from North Carolina. You know, I think everybody from Carolina is great, but he said he's better than I thought he was. When I got to see him every day up close in practice, he said, I was impressed that this guy is a great, great player.
Now, not to doubt what Larry said, but don't you find coaches, including yourself, always say that when you get a player, he's much better than I thought he was, if it's a star player?
I don't think I ever said that.
Here's Van Horn who just checked in. And pass. Mike James, Lindsey Hunter have come on for Detroit. New backcourt for the Pistons. Here's James. Rebounded by Smith.
I thought the Piston defense was good before. Watch after Detroit scores a basket. Now with these two guards in the game, it's a headache getting the ball up the court. That's why Brevin Knight is out on the floor for Milwaukee. He got himself in early foul trouble last game, which really hurt Milwaukee.
Here's the shot by Knight. In fact, Brevin Knight fouled out 16 minutes in game 1.
Brevin Knight, one of my favorite players, because this young man really understands the game. He's got a great feel for when to go with his dribble, when to back it out. He can make the pass. He has a great assist-turnover ratio. He's just a smart basketball player, and he doesn't fear pressure defense. But he's going to foul out in 16 minutes.
Nice pass from Rasheed Wallace to Tayshaun Prince. You had Brevin Knight for a couple of years with the Cavaliers, and so Brevin warming up earlier today. I found myself tearing up, very emotional as the two of you embraced. There's the steal by James. Gathered by Hunter. He has James and Prince, and it's Prince. And Lindsey Hunter and Michael Redd exchanging some thoughts. Here's Smith. So the Bucks able to get it down court in a hurry off the pressure. Pistons now lead at 25-23.
You saw what happened was Keith Van Horn got it in quickly. Knight took the trap, the double team. Then once he passed it over the top, Milwaukee tried to attack. There was no hesitation, no backing it out.
Wallace for 3. Knight able to hustle it down. With Mason going at Prince, and he draws the foul. Tayshaun Prince called for his second. Desmond Mason will head to the line. Carlos Williamson and Darvin Ham now check in for the Pistons. Rasheed Wallace, Tayshaun Prince will sit down. Prince with 7 points, Wallace with 6. Desmond Mason, who was acquired last season from Seattle, and that deal involving Ray Allen, Gary Payton, in his 4th year out of Oklahoma State.
Well, early in the season when this team was having success, Mason was coming off the bench, if you remember, as that man providing the spark. He's a guy that Terry Porter felt they could go to, get that scoring, get that energy up to a different level.
Half minute remaining. He's being hounded by Van Horn. Beautiful pass inside to Williamson. Not able to hit. Not able to hit on the follow. Red on the move. Offensive foul on Michael Red with 11 seconds to play in the first.
See, Michael Red had to make a decision a little bit earlier if he was going to give the ball up. Instead, he took it so deep, he took it right into the heart of the Pistons defense. Then he got himself elevated, which was a major problem in game number one. It seemed like all of the Bucks were leaving their feet when Detroit would cut him out to make passes. As a result, 25 turnovers, which led to 28 points. Try and stay on the ground and try and make good decisions.
Larry Brown going to more of an offensive-oriented team now with 11 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Billups is back, as is Prince and Hamilton.
Larry Brown, one of the best at making a quick substitution with very little time left to try and gain an advantage.
Final seconds. Billups taking the shot. Not the shot that he was looking for. That's the end of one. The Bucks and the Pistons are tied at 25. Joe Smith, 9 points and 4 rebounds. Pistons led by Chauncey Billups and Tayshaun Prince. They each had 7. We'll be back to the Palace in a moment.
The X Factor. You know it's a part of the game. Is it a part of you? Introducing new Gatorade X Factor. 2 great flavors fused together under one cap.
Introducing TGI Fridays new shrimp flavors. Tangy orange peel shrimp, zesty sizzling shrimp, and spicy Cajun shrimp and chicken pasta. Get a taste of the new shrimp flavors, now at TGI Fridays.
Now you should listen to this, because this concerns you.
Kill Bill Volume 2 is the #1 movie in America. It's even better than Volume 1. You ain't kidding. Even if you haven't seen the first one, this is a great film. Kill Bill Volume 2, rated R.
I'm a man.
What is it about a man and the right to be the 2004 Motor Trend Truck of the Year, the next F-150? If you haven't looked at Ford lately, look again.
You in?
I'm in.
In?
In. Who's in? We're in.
With In from Verizon Wireless, you get free in-network calling.
I'm in. I'm in.
You're in.
I'm in.
You're in.
She's in. Join In and call to any Verizon Wireless customer anytime, absolutely free from our national in-network coverage area without using any of your planned minutes. So switch to the network 36 million people already rely on.
We're in.
Are you in?
You better believe I'm in. Good.
Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
You can finally get all hands on that new deck project. You can pave the way for a new patio or save energy with new appliances. Your tax refund can be your ticket to improving your most important investment, your home. And the Home Depot can make it even better. Right now, get 5% off any purchase when you convert your tax refund check into a Home Depot gift card. Just bring your check to a store near you and watch it grow. The Home Depot. You can do it, we can help.
That's a foul, Buster. Why'd you do it? Who are you working for? Do you really think you could get away with this?
They're ready for the NBA playoffs. Are you? The NBA playoffs are on TNT.
Manslaughter, first degree.
But you can still catch the drama of Law and Order. Back-to-back Fridays starting at 7.
You have something to say?
Find him guilty, ladies and gentlemen.
He deserves it.
Law and Order. Only on TNT.
Back at the Palace, the 21st consecutive sellout for the Detroit Pistons. Looking across the way from the Detroit River. Pistons leading the NBA in attendance. Better than 22,000 on hand once again tonight. And you know, Czar, we have really missed our usual broadcast partner. At least I have missed Steve Kerr. And it's nice to see that kind of stuff. Why, that guy looks just like the head coach of the Detroit Lions, Steve Mariucci.
I miss Steve Kerr, too. I really do. I wish Steve could be with us occasionally before the season's out, somewhere way down the line.
Well, Steve will be working with Dick Stockton on the second of our TNT doubleheader, Denver at Minnesota. T-Wolves coming off the victory in Game 1, led by Sam Cassell, who had a Minnesota franchise playoff record of 40 points. Here's Van Horn taking to the rim. The shot blocked. Smith on the follow as this second quarter gets underway. They have the new shot clock. Tony Kukoc has checked in for the first time. And then away from the ball, foul is called on the Pistons. It is on Lindsey Hunter.
Well, Hunter got caught with Mason down that low post area, and Brevin Knight held the ball long enough to let the officials see what was going on. Hunter trying to fight Mason down there. That's a matchup they're going to go to, again, right away on the post up.
Help from O'Core, and as a result, Milwaukee turnover.
Just the defense smart enough to know that they had to go help when they came in double team. Mason couldn't make the pass with the forearms up there.
Now Larry Brown has Hunter and James in the backcourt. Here's Williamson. He's up front with Ham. This is James. Brevin Knight getting it down low to Mason. Got a flip shot by Desmond Mason. Foul is called as Knight picks up the blocking foul.
Van Horn that time wanted to get it back up there before the Pistons defense could surround them. So he didn't catch, come down, get a base, and go back up. He tried to finish it while it was in the air. He just didn't have enough to get it over the rim.
In the first quarter, the Pistons had 9 assists on their 11 field goals, 11 of 26. 42%. Milwaukee shooting at 40%. The game is tied at 25. It's game 2 of this best of 7. Game 1 here on Sunday, won by the Pistons convincingly by 26 points. Van Horn reaching in for the steal. Here is Kukoc. Tony Kukoc able to knock it down.
Kukoc has been so instrumental for this team during the course of the season because when he comes on the floor, he presents matchup problems, whether they play him at the 3 spot, 4 spot. From the 4 spot, he drives past people. From the 3 spot, he posts up the small forwards.
Kukoc defending on Williamson. Hunter for 3. Rebounded by Kukoc. Horn is up front with Smith and Kukoc, Mason, and Knight in the backcourt. Shot clock at 5. Ham digging in on Knight. It's down to 2, down to 1. Kukoc for 3. It's a 24-second violation.
Brevin Knight waited 1 second too long to make his move. That 1 second was the difference that Kukoc needed to get the shot up.
So the Pistons will get it back. This is a Detroit team that went 54-28 in the regular season. Williamson way off. Mason and a foul. Blocking foul. Milwaukee wants a goaltend. They want the basket. The officials confer. There is a foul on Detroit. And Bennett Salvatore says, yes, the basket does count. It's a goaltend.
We'll take another look at this to see if we can see if the ball hit the backboard first. The answer was yes. It hit the backboard, then the defensive player's hand hit the ball. So therefore, it is 2 points offensive goaltending. And a fast break opportunity at time for Milwaukee. They have only 2 points thus far in this game as far as fast breaks go, Marv. That used to be a strong point during the regular season. In game 1, just 7 fast break points for Milwaukee.
Bucks have their biggest lead of the night. Detroit has missed its last 7 shots. Hunter for 3. Kukoc able to sweep the rebound.
Milwaukee gambling right now, coming off the shooters to try and help on Williamson in the low post. But Detroit has 2 guys out there in Mike James and Hunter who can make a 3.
Smith with the one-handed rebound. And again, a Piston foul. New backcourt being inserted by the Pistons. Hamilton and Phillips will return. Timeout called. We'll be back in a moment.
LA's finest, Detroit's baddest, together again. Don't miss Eddie Murphy in the Saturday night new classic, Beverly Hills Cop 2. Saturday night at 7 on TNT.
The Hyundai Sonata makes more sense than ever. Once again ranked most appealing entry midsize car by J.D. Power and Associates. Not to mention, only Hyundai has America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. Test drive the 2004 Hyundai Sonata starting at just $14,539. And right now, during the Hyundai Win-Win Spring Event, get $2,000 cash back or 0% APR. When your car makes this much sense, you win.
In 2 days,
I'm gonna go get her. Anyone who gets in my way, anyone who was involved, anybody who profited from it, I'm gonna kill him.
Man on Fire, rated R.
How do you keep a car from ending up like this? Try Armor. Armor All Protectant. It does more than clean and shine. It protects.
Hey, what's up, Thirst? Yo, Thirst, what's up with the extra Sprite?
Brother, you can never be too far away from the crisp, thirst-quenching lemon lime goodness of Sprite. Now let's say some big old Sasquatch sits here on my left taking up the armrest and whatnot. I'ma be over here on my right with this Sprite.
So what about that one?
Now say some young honey dip sits over here on my left. I'ma spend my time over here with her, getting my drink on. Show her my motto. Ooh, ooh. Now this is gonna be interesting. Who's thirsty?
Charles Davis at the Palace in Auburn Hills. That's Joe Smith of the Milwaukee Bucks, who's off to a strong start with 9 points and 6 rebounds in Game 2 of this series. Joe Smith went to the University of Maryland, where he played against a guy who plays for the Pistons now, named Rasheed Wallace, who played at the University of North Carolina. Those two guys matched up for 2 seasons, 1993 through 95, and then both left college after their sophomore seasons. Joe Smith was drafted #1 overall by the Golden State Warriors, and Rasheed Wallace was drafted #4 by the Washington Bullets in the 1995 draft. Had a chance to talk with Joe before the game and asked him about his memories of Rasheed, and the first thing he said was, we beat them when they were #1 in the country at the University of Maryland. You know, we didn't beat them at the Dean Dome at all, but not many people did. Marv, back to you.
All right, thanks, Charles. Now, earlier there was a passing reference by one of us that Joe Smith was signed as a free agent in Minnesota. Actually, it was a trade. Traded with Anthony Peeler to Milwaukee as Van Horn goes in with a sweeping hook. And a deal for Irvin Johnson and Sam Cassell ended up with Minnesota. Pretty good deal for the T-Wolves. Is that you?
No, I think you said one of us.
One of us. I couldn't recall.
2 of us sitting here.
I couldn't recall.
We could just put the blame on Steve. Steve Harris not here. We'll blame him.
3.5 gone by in the second quarter. The Bucks with the ball, leading by 5, trying to get back into this series after that 26-point pounding in Game 1 here on Sunday. There's Kukoc. Yes, Tony Kukoc providing a lift off the bench. The Bucks lead by 7. 11 unanswered points by Milwaukee, and apparently a problem with the 24-second clock showing just 23. They're pretty quick. They brought it up in 1 second.
Right now, I would think that Terry Porter is pleased with the pace of this game, the tempo of this game, and most importantly, pleased with the outstanding defense that his team has played. We asked him prior to the game, any major changes defensively, or was it a game that you lost by a significant number of points, but felt that your basic game plan was good? And that he said, no, we like the game plan. We like what we did defensively. He said what hurt us was the free throw opportunities and the points that they got off of turnovers. He said that was the killer for us.
Still checking over at the official scorers table, trying to straighten out the problem with the clock. Meanwhile, the Pistons have gone scoreless the last 5 minutes. At one point, they led 25-21. They're now down 32-25. They have readjusted the shot clock. 20 seconds on the clock.
Game 1, both teams wound up shooting 43% at the end of the game. Right now, Milwaukee shooting 44%. Detroit just under 37%.
There is Phillips for 3.
Mistake by Brevin Knight. He got out of his stance. He gave Billups a little bit too much room. He should have forced him to put it on the floor and forced him to the screen. That time by backing off Billups' size, he took advantage of it.
Pistons had missed their previous 9 shots. That was last touch by Ben Wallace. Now Rasheed Wallace checks back in for Darvin Ham. So Detroit has its starting lineup on the floor. Van Horn will throw it in. Here is Van Horn. Rebounded by Ben Wallace.
Well, I think there are a couple keys for Milwaukee. One is Brevin Knight. I really feel as Billups goes up again for another three-point attempt and misses. I think Brevin Knight is one of the keys for the Bucks because he can get them into their offense and he can reduce the number of turnovers. He's a real good decision maker. But the other one is Van Horn. He must step up and be able to get some points on the board for Milwaukee.
Van Horn called for the foul as he picked up Hamilton on the switch. Keith Van Horn has been coming off the bench since he injured his right hand. He sprained the middle finger on his shooting hand in a game against the Nets in early March. Van Horn 0 for 5 here at the start. Well, you can get an all-access look at the NBA playoffs. Tune in to the NBA TV playoff show, Destination Finals, every weeknight at 6 o'clock on NBA TV.
Said Van Horn 0 for 5 tonight, 3 for 11 in game number 1. So that's a 3 for 16 stretch for him in this first game and whatever minutes into this one.
Unusual to see Richard Hamilton miss a free throw, one of the better foul shooters in the league at 87%. Bucks up by 3. 5 minutes gone by in the second. Marv Albert with Nazar, Mike McCullough, Charles Davis. We're at the Palace of Auburn Hills. Here is Red. Quiet since that blazing start. Picked off by Knight. Van Horn met by Wallace. Rejected by Rasheed Wallace. Then Wallace to Richard Hamilton.
How about that play? A great block, great defensive play by Rasheed Wallace, part of that tandem that has put them in the #1 spot in the NBA in block shots, 7 a game, and immediately they turn it into 2 quick fast break points.
Kukoc with a nice fake, stolen by Billups, chased by Skinner. Ben Wallace, the trailer, has given the Pistons a 1-point lead. Terry Porter needs a timeout. Milwaukee takes a 20.
Block shot, fast break layup. Steal, fast break layup. It's the Piston defense that gets the crowd into it, gets the team into it. Van Horn doesn't take it strong and go through his chest. He tries to fade away. It gets blocked. It leads to the 2 points by Hamilton. And then immediately, Rasheed Wallace turned it to the crowd, getting them pumped up here for the Pistons.
The Detroit Pistons have given up only 84 points a game. They were tied with San Antonio for the league lead in fewest points allowed. One of the best defensive records in the history of the NBA since the inception of the shot clock back in the 54-55 season. And as you mentioned earlier, Czar, Pistons set a league record. They held 11 opponents, including 5 in a row, under 70 points per game, and 36 in a row to less than 100. Here's another steal. Hamilton for Billups. Knocked away by Knight, but the Pistons are on it. Billups being guarded by Van Horn. And now Larry Brown apparently did not like what he saw and takes a timeout. It's the Pistons 33, the Bucks 32.
The Hyundai Sonata makes more sense than ever. Once again ranked most appealing entry midsize car by J.D. Power and Associates. Not to mention, only Hyundai has America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. Test drive the 2004 Hyundai Sonata starting at just $14,539. And right now, during the Hyundai Win-Win Spring Event, get $2,000 cash back or 0% APR. When your car makes this much sense, you win.
It doesn't come from a store or grow old on a shelf. The technology that matters only comes direct from Dell. Just tell Dell about you and what you want from technology. Whether it's a PC or the gear to get more out of it, we'll make sure they fit your life and fit your budget even better. Because after 20 years, there's a reason Dell's the right way to buy. We only bring the right technology direct to you. Like this Dimension desktop with an Intel Pentium 4 processor and free flat panel monitor upgrade. It's just $499 after mail-in rebate. And right now, pay no interest until April 2005 for well-qualified customers. If you want someone to walk you through everything in plain English, just call. Or point and click your way through easy online menus at Dell.com/TV. Either way, you're not just getting a PC, you're getting a Dell. And a smarter way you won't find in any store. Easy as Dell. Dell PCs use Intel Pentium 4 processors.
The 2004 NBA playoffs on TNT are being brought to you by Hyundai. Visit NBA.com and enter to win a new Hyundai Santa Fe. And by Miller. Vote Miller for President of Beer. Good call. Well, the Pistons defense becoming a factor in this 8-0 run by Detroit.
Chauncey Billups shooting the gap, and then Billups immediately turning around and rewarding his big man, Ben Wallace, for running the floor. The 4th assist for Chauncey Billups, 11 assists thus far for the Pistons.
Now look at our Gatorade X Factor of the game. Milwaukee with 9 turnovers. They had 25 in game 1. Pistons with a team playoff record, 14 steals. The 25 turnovers the other day leading to 28 points. Pistons also had 8 block shots. Here's Rasheed Wallace. Trevor Knight is on it. There's been Mason showing the touch. 9 points for Mason, and the Bucks lead 34-32, just under 6 minutes remaining, first half.
Trevor Knight with 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 points thus far as he has come in and really done a good job of running the show for Milwaukee.
Hamilton able to pass it home. Mason was trying to pick up a charge on Hamilton. Here's some pressure by Detroit. Bucks able to handle it. Knight and Red now at the guard. Skinner up front with Kukoc and Mason. Knight rebounded by Wallace. Rasheed always looking down court, looking to break. Williamson. Ben Wallace on the back tap, but handled by Kukoc.
See Milwaukee, instead of going up strong with 2 hands because they're undersized, they're always tipping it to themselves in transition. Kukoc with the beautiful lay-in.
What a gorgeous, effortless move by Tony Kukoc. So the Bucks now lead 36-35. Rasheed Wallace setting the screen. Billups. Nowhere to go. And here's Knight popping it down, but Kukoc could not hold on.
Just a couple of inches too long. Tony Kukoc out in front of everyone. Knight tried to hurry up and get it to him, and in his anxiety to get it to him quickly, he put it out there a little bit too far out in front.
Darvin Ham checking back in for Detroit. Darvin Ham, one-time member of the Milwaukee Bucks. They stay with Billups and Hamilton in the backcourt. There's Hamilton. Lost it. Now the Bucks get it back. Milwaukee during the regular season finished at the 500 mark. After the good start, they lost 14 of the last 22. The injury to the rookie T.J. Ford certainly had much to do with that. Kukoc. Mason comes to Kukoc. Tony Kukoc with 8 points. And he's hit on 4 for 4 from the field. Tony, in his 11th NBA season, he's 35 years old. He spent 6.5 years with the Bulls, a member of 3 of their championship teams.
One of the free agents, as we see Wallace finish it off underneath. Kukoc will be one of the free agents at the end of this year that Milwaukee will have to make a decision on.
Bucks 38. And the Pistons 37 as we approach 3 minutes to play in the first half. Mason spinning his way, and he is fouled by Ham.
Here's that open set that you see Milwaukee go to. They try and spread the Piston defense out. They keep their spacing very wide behind the three-point line, and it allows players like Mason or Kukoc or Red to try and beat Detroit off the dribble, yet have enough space that they're not running into the next Piston defender.
So Desmond Mason to the free throw line. He's now 4 for 4 at the line. Coming up next here on TNT, it'll be game 2 between the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. And tomorrow night on TNT, it's the Knicks and the Nets in game 3 of that series, followed by game 3 between the Spurs and the Grizzlies. Coverage starting 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Milwaukee with a 3-point lead in this game 2 of the best of 7 Eastern Conference opening round series. Phillips with a series of moves draws the foul. Damon Jones, who just checked back in, is called for the push. And now a timeout called with just under 3 minutes to play in this first half.
Submit to you Miller's Record. Miller Lite, the great tasting beer that's less filling. Miller Genuine Draft, a beer with genuine flavor that's cold filtered smooth. Clear beer. Well, Miller clearly has a history of progressive decision making, and I would ask the king of beers what he would say to that. Why won't my opponent debate this issue? Is it because he's a horse, or is it because he's got blinders on? No peripheral vision. Look at me. Both sides.
Choose taste. Miller. Good call.
See that? That's the best chicken sandwich there is.
They have these inside?
Here? No, you have to go to Wendy's across the street. That's Wendy's new homestyle chicken sandwich.
Are you with Wendy's?
Well, unofficially. It has a special new blend of seasonings and a creamy, tangy sauce.
Wow, this is good.
I can't believe this place would let Wendy's do this here.
Hey, I'm calling the cops! Well, my work here is done.
Wendy's new homestyle chicken, one of our 3 new Chicken Temptation sandwiches.
Is he coming back?
And our pickup window's open till midnight or later.
The Hyundai Sonata makes more sense than ever. Once again ranked most appealing entry midsize car by J.D. Power and Associates. Not to mention, only Hyundai has America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. Test drive the 2004 Hyundai Sonata starting at just $14,539. And right now, during the Hyundai Win-Win Spring Event, get $2,000 cash back or 0% APR. When your car makes this much sense, you win.
Impossible isn't a fact. It's an opinion. Like when they said don't fight Sonny Liston. It's gonna destroy Ali. So when my father looks impossible in the eye and defeats it, what do you think I'm gonna do when they say women shouldn't box? Yeah, that's right. Rumble, young girl, rumble.
West. Jim West.
The Wild West just got a lot wilder.
Now what? Nice hat. Gotta get you killed.
Wild Wild West, the new classic, Saturday night at 9 Eastern on TNT.
This team changed dramatically when Chauncey Billups and Rip Hamilton made a conscious effort to get everybody involved. And I think in so doing that, they've taken fewer shots. Their assist-to-turnover ratio is way up, and we've become a better team. And Chauncey's probably made as many sacrifices as anybody.
And Mike Billups' adjustment from Rick Carlisle to Larry Brown may have been the most dramatic. from those who were here last season and played for Rick. Phillips was allowed to take more three-pointers, look for a shot more under Rick Carlisle. I know Larry Brown would rather see a strong drive to the basket or shot inside, or Chauncey looking for other people, and that's what he was talking about. He feels they have made adjustments.
You think about how many big three-pointers Phillips made at the end of games last year for Rick Carlisle, and he played to a style that the coach was comfortable with, and they won a lot of games. Then you have a change in the coaching staff. Your team chemistry changes because of losing 4 key guys, picking up a couple of new guys, and suddenly now you have to change what this new coach expects of you. It's not that one's right and one is wrong. 2 great coaches, both wanting certain things out of the point guard spot.
Foul on Lindsey Hunter. For more on what we're talking about, let's go to Charles Davis.
Thanks, guys. Coach Fratello, you coached long enough to know that you need guys to buy into your program. And Larry Brown told us that Chauncey Billups, he really felt that he bought into it on March the 6th at Denver. Chauncey Billups' homecoming, where he played high school and college ball in that state. Only took 5 shots that night. Yet Detroit won 97-66, due in no small part to Chauncey's 13 assists that night, a season high.
Yes, Larry hailing Chauncey Billups' play that night as one of the team's most unselfish acts of the season.
Well, that's what Larry Brown is all about. Playing basketball and playing it, as he calls, the right way, meaning you dig in at the defensive end, you make a commitment there. At the offensive end, you share the basketball. If somebody has a more open shot than yours, then give it to him. Let him take that shot.
Not to say that Rick Carlisle was not playing the right way. It's just a different way last season.
Believe me, they understood what Rick wanted out of them. They played unselfishly as well, but guys with a little bit different roles last year with them.
3-point Milwaukee lead as we come up on 2 minutes remaining in this first half. Ben Wallace rejected. Wallace again.
Here's Joe Smith protecting the front of the rim for the Bucks.
Michael Redd wide open. Kukoc is there. Tony Kukoc again. He is 5 for 5. He has 10 points, and the Bucks with a 5-point lead.
Great thing, Marv, about the playoffs is you can lose by 20 points in game number 1, come back with different focus, different energy as Hamilton runs the backdoor move for the layup. Nice pass by Rasheed Wallace. And suddenly, if you win the second game, it's 1-1. And as bad as you felt after game number 1, you're going back home with a split, 2 games back in your building. So things change quickly in the playoffs.
Foul is called. It's on Hamilton. That's his second. Detroit over the foul limit. Bucks have a foul to give. Well, coming up on the Verizon Wireless halftime report, Ernie Johnson, Kenny Smith, Charles Barkley, and Magic Johnson will have a look ahead to Game 2 between the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. They'll look back at this first half. Sam Cassell with a 16 of 24 performance in Game 1 against Denver. 5 from downtown. He had 40 points. A Timberwolves franchise playoff record. Kevin Garnett, 30 points, 20 rebounds. And Carmelo Anthony looking to turn it off, a 6 for 17. And he fouled out. Reach-in foul on Jones.
Well, there's that foul you said they had to give all of a sudden. One of the numbers jumping out at me right now is in Game 1, a 52-38 rebound advantage for Detroit. Right now, scrapping, tipping it to themselves, sending 5 guys to the glass. The Bucks have a 26-19 advantage against the Pistons on the glass.
Damon Jones will take a seat. That is third foul. Brevin Knight checks back in. Detroit with the ball, down by 5. They double up on Rasheed Wallace. Here is Phillips for 3. A minute remaining in the first half. Knight rebounded by Smith. This has been an outstanding first half performance by the Bucks.
Terry Porter looked at Brevin Knight after he shot the jumper. He was applauding when Smith laid it in, but he was frowning at Knight at the same time.
How about Joe Smith? 11 points, 9 rebounds. The ball back to Milwaukee with 46 seconds to go in the half.
You have plenty of time to get 2 shots for 1. If you hurry down the floor, get yourself a high percentage shot, you're going to get the last one back. We'll see a corner post right away.
Shot clock to 10. Mason is stripped. Good play by Ham. Rasheed Wallace on a 2-on-1. Broken up by Knight. Beautiful play by Brevin Knight, who would not allow the return pass.
Good defensive fake. He faked up like he was going after it, backed up, and had his hands up in the air to get a piece of the ball. The pass was a little low. That allowed Knight to get a piece.
Richard Hamilton checking back in. 24 seconds remaining in this first half. Darvin Ham will sit down. Bucks have a 48-41 lead.
This leads you to believe Larry Brown's going to get it in and run the clock down, or he wouldn't have brought Hamilton back because Hamilton has 2 personal fouls. Larry put him on the bench so he wouldn't pick up his 3rd. So he's just going to keep him out here now, finish out the clock on offense, see if Hamilton winds up taking the last shot perhaps to help him for a bucket.
Phillips working the clock down. Rasheed Wallace for 3. Here's Red from center court. Halftime here in Detroit. The Milwaukee Bucks with a 48-41 lead on the Detroit Pistons. Joe Smith, 11 points, 9 rebounds. Michael Red with 10. Desmond Mason with 11. Tony Kukoc has had the hot hand. He has 10 points. Let's go to Charles Davis with Desmond Mason.
All right, thanks, Marv. Desmond, Michael Red came out very aggressive offensively to start the game. Was he setting a tone and sending a message to the rest of your team?
Definitely. Mike came out. We told him he needed to be a little bit more aggressive and taking smart shots. He came out in the second half, in the first half, and he was really aggressive. He was tacking, pulling up jump shots, knocking those shots down. He's got his confidence going now, so we're going to be all right.
You wear the captaincy on your jersey. What did you talk about with your team during the off days? I know Coach Porter talked about having to make adjustments. Have you made those adjustments? What have they been?
We have. As you can see, they really haven't got any turnovers in that trap they try to do. But I basically talked about just trying to be more composed, slow down, get guys to the middle on that press, and then get it up there and try to get some quick, easy baskets.
All right, Desmond, thank you very much. Good luck in the second half. Marv, back to you.
All right, thanks, Charles. The Bucks with a strong performance in this first half. They have a 7-point lead. Try to tie the series up at 1. Now to our Atlanta studios. Here's Ernie.
And it's the Verizon Wireless halftime report. Urban Magic Johnson, the Hall of Famer, is here. Charles is here. Kenny the Jet Smith.
Why does he look at Chuck like that? Why does he look like that?
No, I just said you're here.
This is the last time I'm going to tell you this. You go Hall of Famer Magic Johnson, you go Kenny the Jet Smith, then me. If you do that one more time, I'm going to hit you right in your right eye.
I'm not feeling that coat and shirt.
That's exactly
what I'm feeling.
I knew that was it.
You're always killing me. I'm not feeling that.
I just bought this today.
I know. Well, maybe it goes with another coat. At any rate, it's 48-41, the Bucks, because I like the shirt, but I don't like it with that jacket. 48-41, just a little bit of your own medicine.
I just bought this today. This is a brand new shirt.
I know, I like the shirt, just don't like it with that coat. 48-41, as I was trying to say. The Bucks trying to tie the series.
Can't believe it. Gomer Powell is telling me how to dress.
You know, I got a point there, too. You got pictures of the first 24 minutes here, Jay?
Yeah, I had some pictures. You know, because the other night when Detroit beat Milwaukee handily, I still thought that they were in good shape because if you play against Detroit, one thing you have to have is shooters. And that's what Milwaukee has. They have guys who can make shots. So what happens is as they play great defense, you can penalize guys for playing great defense like a shot like that because these are tough shots, hands in your face. Guys don't care if you're a great shooter, you're still going to make these shots and you're going to stay in the game. And then when you get the open ones, it's gravy. So the big thing I saw is a shooter's mentality that the Bucks have. They have 3 or 4 guys that really shoot the basketball. They'd be in good shape. Yeah, but the one thing they're doing, they've sped up the tempo. You see they got Brevin Knight in there. Because if you let Detroit, that's the only thing really done. They're like, okay, if we let Detroit set up in a half-court offense, they're stifling. Because their guards can push, because they got shooters like Kenny said, but Detroit has the luxury. They can get all up in those guys because they're going to run into Rashid and Ben. But Brevin Knight is really pushing the ball, and they get them jumpers because they got some athletic guys, but you can't let Detroit play half-court defense.
So Terry Porter was saying in the off days that we cannot play a game in the low 80s and have any chance against these guys. We got to get it high 80s into the 90s.
I'd be a hell of a coach.
But also, too, it goes from shooter to tempo, and then because of that, you get 10 offensive rebounds, too. And that's been great for Milwaukee. And Detroit, I think they look a little happy in terms of when I say happy.
They don't respect Milwaukee.
Exactly. And so you could see them really not playing the way they did that first game. The intensity level is not there. And Milwaukee is intense.
Maybe a 26-point win in game 1.
Is that a new suit, Magic?
Yeah, well, another Magic suit.
You know I can tell because you got to cut the thick sleeve off. You got to cut the thing off. It's brand new. You got to show it. You got to show it now.
But that's how it hangs.
Okay,
that's what it is.
I'm just
to let everybody know it is.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
good.
See, it's a new thing. It's a tag.
You get your Magic Johnson suit?
Not yet.
I told you I got that KNG. We're gonna hook it up. It's all good.
Okay.
You know?
It's a 7-point game at the break.
Do you believe?
Oh, hold up. You looking good, man. And you keep losing something. Why you keep losing something?
I just got to get back to my normal sex symbol.
And I keep having to find his license.
We got Charles' license.
Where did you get that from?
You keep losing
your wallet out.
But I want to know.
I dropped it.
When was the last time you weighed 255?
255.
6'5".
6'5", 255.
Are you getting back to that? You getting back to the 255?
Yeah, unless I die, I ain't got no chance to get there. Hey, unless I die, I ain't got no chance to get back to 250. I just told him I was living in the past. Actually, you know what?
You know what I came in at?
Because I look at that.
I got to tell you this. I came in the league at 205.
Whoa.
205.
Wow.
And you're not much more than that now.
Yeah, right.
Still to come
I can't
tonight.
believe people giving Barry Bonds a hard time. Who's the greatest baseball player I've ever seen, other than Hank Aaron and Willie Mays? But they tell me guys don't gain weight when they get in their 40s. Yes, they do.
not when they're still playing.
Yes, I did.
Still to come tonight, we're heading to the Target Center for Game 2.
In the shadow of the Twin Cities, a pack of Timberwolves picked apart their prey, hungry to advance in the playoffs for the first time. Tonight, the hunted will have to become the hunter if they are to survive. Nuggets Timberwolves, following Game 1. Win or go home.
The Halftime Report is brought to you by Verizon Wireless, the official wireless provider of the NBA.
Can you hear me now? Good.
I love this game because playoff basketball is the biggest show in town.
His deeds are legend.
He's the first one to kill a vampire in over 100 years.
His courage is unmatched. How do I kill him?
No one knows how to kill Dracula.
His name is Van Helsing.
Holy water, crucifix.
Why can't I have one of those?
On May 7th, kill them both. Adventure has a new name.
Oh my God.
Van Helsing, directed by Stephen Sommers, rated PG-13.
Multitasking is great, except when you're driving. Answer the cell phone, referee the kids in the back seat, drink your coffee. We all do it. But Allstate knows if you do it a little less, you're less likely to have an accident or get a ticket. Keep a safe record and Allstate can save you up to 20%. Safe drivers cost everyone less. They should pay less. That's Allstate, Stan. Are you in good hands?
Lisa, what happened?
Greg waited until 9 o'clock last night to get started.
That's when my free minutes kick in.
Greg, you're out. Your team should have joined in with Verizon Wireless. Then you could call each other anytime for free. You increase productivity and build unity. You can't do that if you're out.
I thought I was fired.
You are fired, you minute-hoarding clock watcher.
Free in-network calling from Verizon Wireless. Are all your employees in?
Good.
Now he means business.
Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
Meanwhile, on the 4th floor...
When?
20 minutes ago.
An internet worm.
And a sneaky one, too. Came from the inside.
But the guys from IT said we're safe.
It was caught by the network, automatically. They say we're fine.
How does something like that get in here?
Hey, Daddy, I downloaded a new game on your computer. It's really cool.
Protecting networks and everyone around them. This is the power of the network. Now.
Are you searching for the great fajita? Introducing Chili's sizzling new steak and portobello mushroom fajitas. Tender, juicy grilled steak, topped with grilled, marinated portobello mushrooms, and then served with warm flour tortillas and a chimichurri sauce you can drizzle on for even more flavor. Chili's new steak and portobello mushroom fajitas. Want more flavor in your life?
Welcome to Chili's.
Back here on the Verizon Wireless halftime report, Denver and Minnesota, game 2 of our doubleheader. Players arriving, and there's Spree.
Coogee now, living better now.
Kind of like the Coogee shirt.
We done told you about the Coogee. Play it out last millennium. Coogee sweater now, living better now. He got the whole Coogee arsenal.
I don't know if Spree's going to want to come back on the show anytime soon.
He can handle it. He's going to come back because he's going to have something for him.
If they win tonight, in that second game and he's around for post game, because they were climbing on him last night about the Prada hat and the Coogee sweater.
You mean Kenny was? No, I ain't said a thing. What you say? I just agree with you. That's all. Agreement doesn't mean I said it.
Oh my! So that's game 2, Denver and Minnesota. By the way, have some exclusive video of Magic, by the way. Also, yeah, we do.
What do you do?
Our guys upstairs. Who's your favorite guy upstairs?
Alex.
And who's your other guy?
Tom
Heights, pulling up some Magic video against the Rockets.
Well, I'm not on that team.
It's like.
I'm not in that team.
Why don't we have some fun at Magic's expense?
Exactly. Get mad at play.
By the dream.
And I tell you what, when we were playing against them, that was the worst thing, because if you even got back past the one, Akeem, Ralph was sitting there waiting on you.
See, I say one thing, Magic, and now they're getting you every night now.
Oh, I see that. I see that. Thanks a lot, Kenny.
Yeah, they're not showing the triple doubles anymore. No triple doubles.
No good highlights.
We're tired of that old stuff. Everybody's seen that a million times. At any rate,
they didn't win until they got Kenny, though.
You're exactly right.
Say that again, though. They didn't win until they got Kenny.
The Jets.
Oh, here he is again.
One more look.
Did he block it this time?
See, I looked to my left, there was Ralph, so I came back to my right, and there was a king. Get it out of there.
Y'all won by 30, though.
Coming this July, Julian and Margulies, Dylan McDermott, The Grid on TNT.
That ought to do it. Oh, you're going international, huh?
That's the plan.
All right. See you tomorrow.
Hey, Frank, little help.
Here you go, guys.
Hey, ragazzi!
Hey, Franco, mi aiuti?
Ci vediamo.
Ciao, Franco.
Ciao.
Ecco i pacchi dall'America.
Sì, lavoriamo con l'estero,
Ti ringrazio.
Complimenti.
Global shipping with a very familiar face. UPS, what can Brown do for you?
Roundup Pull and Spray. Just one pull lets you spray and spray. And it knocks out weeds in 24 hours. The leading imitator doesn't. Roundup knocks out weeds in 24 hours.
Those who do evil to others will come to know me well. Critics are raving about The Punisher. Hugely entertaining. Shouldn't play with knives. No holds barred action. 4 stars. The Punisher. Rated R. Now playing.
It doesn't come from a store or grow old on a shelf. The technology that matters only comes direct from Dell. Just tell Dell about you and what you want from technology. Whether it's a PC or the gear to get more out of it, we'll make sure they fit your life and fit your budget even better. Because after 20 years, there's a reason Dell's the right way to buy. We only bring the right technology direct to you. like this Dimension desktop with an Intel Pentium 4 processor and free flat panel monitor upgrade. It's just $499 after mail-in rebate. And right now, pay no interest until April 2005 for well-qualified customers. If you want someone to walk you through everything in plain English, just call. Or point and click your way through easy online menus at Dell.com/TV. Either way, you're not just getting a PC, you're getting a Dell. And a smarter way you won't find in any store. Easy as Dell. Dell PCs use Intel Pentium 4 processors.
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association is intended solely for the entertainment of our audience, and any retransmission, reproduction, rebroadcast, or other use or dissemination of this telecast, or the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
There is another game going on right now on NBA TV. Game 2 in the Hornets Heat series, and Miami out to a 21-15 lead over New Orleans. We'll keep you posted on that game as the evening goes on, as Miami tries to take a 2-0 lead over New Orleans. Shade over 3 minutes to go there in the first quarter. Who's going to win Game 2 of our doubleheader? Denver at Minnesota.
I'm going to have to still go with Minnesota. I think that just too much talent level. And then I think Miami will win their game because they're too quick for New Orleans.
I'm going to take a guess and go with Denver because I don't think Cassell and Kevin can have a monster game like that.
And that's why I'm going with Minnesota, because I think Latrell Sprewell, they're going to underestimate him. So I think they're going to overcompensate.
You got a call full of Coogee, don't you?
Still another half of basketball to go in Game 1 of our double dip.
We burned them all up.
Pistons down 7 against the Bucks.
And I really love playoff games. I mean, that's just me. What about you?
The passage is intense. But if you complete the journey, you will find your destiny among the world's greatest warriors. The few, the proud, the Marines.
11 p.m. It's Albert and Ben. 2:10. What's up with bacon, eggs, and cheese on sweet griddle cakes? Only takes one hand to put them all in my face. McDonald's, I'm loving it. McGriddles, breakfast for you, bedtime snack for me.
Mario.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Sierra Mist. Tastes like shockingly refreshing lemon lime.
Good dog.
Introducing TGI Fridays new shrimp flavors. Tangy orange peel shrimp, zesty sizzling shrimp, and spicy Cajun shrimp and chicken pasta. Get a taste of the new shrimp flavors, now at TGI Fridays.
I'm Jesse James. When it comes in my car, I'm a hands-on kind of guy. I trust the pros at AutoZone for all the stuff I need. If you care enough about your car, get in the zone. AutoZone.
The legend grows. The new, longer Jeep Wrangler Unlimited, with more legroom, twice the cargo space, and trail-rated capability. Only in a Jeep 4x4.
NBA TV is your channel for everything basketball. All access.
Teams ready?
I got back! I got back!
All original.
He plays hard every night. He does play hard.
All
Has that
exclusive.
been the major strength of this team, Coach?
All highlights.
Are you kidding me?
All playoffs.
You gotta get control.
Watch NBA TV all day, all night, all basketball.
The 2004 NBA playoffs. Coverage continues on TNT.
welcome you back to the Palace of Auburn Hills. A look at Greektown here in downtown Detroit. Well, in game 1 on Sunday, the Bucks were blown out. 26-point victory by Detroit. Tonight at halftime, they're up by 7. A terrific second quarter for the combination of Joe Smith and Tony Kukoc.
There are so many categories to look at for Milwaukee where they have excelled in the first half. First of all, rebounding, 29-19 advantage. Bench points for Milwaukee, 12-0 versus Detroit's very deep basketball team. And then free throw attempts, a complete turnaround. 15 free throw attempts, as you can see, to just 7 for the Pistons there. Terry Porter must be excited about the fact they held the Pistons to just 41 points on 38% shooting.
Look at tonight's Jeep game summary. Milwaukee with only 1 turnover in the last 4 minutes of that first half. And during that stretch, they outscored Detroit 12-6. Tony Kukoc in the second quarter hit 5 for 5 from the field. The rest of the team, 3 of 19.
Well, Tony Kukoc is the kind of guy that you can bring in, and once he gets it going, you continue to get the ball in his hands because he's a player that scores points in flurries, and Terry Porter realizes that it's happened more than just a few times during the course of the regular season, so he milked him there in the first half.
Michael Redd with a catch and shoot. What a quick release from Michael Redd, and the Bucks now lead at 50-41. It's their biggest lead of the night. Larry Brown has Rip Hamilton and Chauncey Billups in the backcourt. Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace, Tayshaun Prince up front. Skinner on the rebound. David Jones, Michael Redd at the guards. Joe Smith with Brian Skinner. Desmond Mason up front. Here's the runner by Jones, and the Bucks lead by 11.
Say that it looks like right now a little bit of an uninspired performance by Detroit, not the same energy. The crowd's not into the game the same way, and remember, they feed off that energy which is produced by the pressure of the backcourt.
Rasheed Wallace with the Pistons' first bucket of this third quarter. Magic Johnson saying in the studio at halftime that he felt that Detroit looked too happy. In effect, they came out complacent as opposed to the intensity we're seeing from the Bucks. Skinner, Brian Skinner in a 6th year out of Baylor, signed as a free agent from the Philadelphia 76ers, spent 3 years with the LA Clippers, and he has been the starting center for the Bucks. Starting center at about 6'9", 260 pounds. Here's Rasheed Wallace off the nice fake. 10 points for Wallace.
Remember how unselfish you mentioned earlier Rasheed Wallace has been, and Larry Brown's so excited about it, but Larry Brown force-feeding the ball twice in a row into Rasheed Wallace. He wants to see if perhaps that's the spark that can get this Piston team going.
Detroit down by 9. Shot clock to 7. There's Smith. A loose ball foul on Hamilton. Came over the back of Redd. Let's check in with Charles Davis. Charles?
Guys, I had a chance to talk with Coach Larry Brown at the half, and he liked the way his team moved the ball early in the game, but then he felt that they began to settle for too many jump shots and way too many quick shots. And with the team only shooting 38% in the first half, that meant their defense wasn't going to get set and allowed them to get their normal pressure on the Milwaukee Bucks. He didn't like any of that, plus the fact that they got killed off of the boards, in his words. Guys?
All right, Charles, 2.5 gone by in this third quarter. That foul a moment ago on Hamilton, his third. Hamilton played by Redd, and now fouled by Smith.
Mark, back at the other end of the floor, you saw Smith try and dunk another one, and you normally think of Wallace, one of the Wallaces blocking shots, but this time it's Prince coming over, getting a piece of it, blocking it, and giving possession back to Detroit. So one more shot blocker up front. You know, when you look at Prince stand next to Ben Wallace, Marv, there's probably an inch and a half difference. Prince taller than Ben Wallace.
Tayshaun Prince had 4 blocked shots in game 1. He has the wingspan of a person maybe 7'2", goes about 6'9". So he can match up against opponents at 4 different positions. And Hamilton having his difficulties at the line. 2 out of 4 from the line. Hamilton. "12 points to Richard Hamilton. And Detroit is down by 6.
Starting backcourt for Detroit in game 1 scored 33 points to just 18 for Milwaukee's backcourt. Right now, Detroit's backcourt a total of 24, Milwaukee 16.
And a defense from this capacity crowd at the Palace. Mason. And it's a 24-second violation.
Defense digging in, crowd getting into it a little bit. You'll see that Mason tries to draw the foul by splitting the perimeter defenders, but then there's Rasheed Wallace protecting the basket. Prince and Ben Wallace both hanging out to cut off on the side, so it's tough to get a look against the front wall of the Pistons.
Hamilton using the pick. Yes. A 7-0 run for the Pistons. And they're within 4. John Prince defending now on Michael Redd. Shot clock to 5. Down to 3. Skinner lost it, but a foul. A reach-in is called on Ben Wallace.
Wallace trying to strip the ball as Skinner was about to take him in the lane and go up for the shot. Instead of getting ball, too much arm or wrist, officials call the slapping foul.
Brian Skinner will shoot 2. Only a 57% free throw shooter. Yes, the Thundersticks are at work. Bucks lead at 55. 50 were early third quarter. Marv Albert, the czar, Mike Fratello, Charles Davis. Game 2 of this best of 7. The scene will shift to Milwaukee for Game 3 Saturday afternoon. We'll have it for you on TNT starting at 3:30 Eastern time. Foul on Red, that's his second. And then Game 4 at the Bradley Center in Milwaukee next Monday night, 7 o'clock Eastern time on TNT as you look at the rest of this series. It's the 3rd time that the Bucks and Pistons have met in the postseason. Pistons won 2-1. That was back in 1976. And on their way to their first NBA title in '89, they swept the Bucks in the 2nd round. Mason fumbled it. So the ball back to the Pistons.
It's a matter of a bad pass. The ball was passed behind Mason. Mason made a great cut in transition. He was wide open to go in for the finish, but Skinner passed the ball behind him rather than in front of him.
Bucks have led by as many as 11. Wallace feeling for Smith. Damon Jones able to hustle it down. Jones for 3. Damon Jones, a one-time Detroit Piston. He was with Sacramento last year. The Bucks' 8th NBA team in a 6th NBA season.
Damon Jones, another one of the free agents that Milwaukee will have to deal with at the end of this season.
And Phillips.
Mark, you mentioned earlier that in the beginning of the season, many people thought this Bucks team was going to be a disaster this season. They had lost too many of their star players. They have traded too many of them away. And Michael Redd hits his next jump shot, and they have done just an outstanding job of piecing this thing together. Michael Redd has stepped up to another level now, and the other players have played to their roles, their capabilities, and you have to credit Terry Porter and the staff for what they've done here.
Well, in early March, they were 33 and 27. Here's Hamilton. Prince able to keep it alive. Phillips from downtown. Rebounded by Smith, able to protect it. After that good start, the Bucks lost 14 of their last 22 games and ended up at the 500 mark and blew an opportunity at the home court advantage in this first round as they lost their last 3 games of the regular season. Here's Mason. It will count and the foul. Mason took a hard shot from Phillips. For Phillips, a second foul.
You see Mason creating something off the dribble, which you don't see a whole lot of, but his ability to get to that open spot and then his elevation up over the top of Ben Wallace for the basket.
These low fares to your favorite vacation destinations start at just $49.
You are now free to move about the country.
Yes, thank you. You made it. Beer drinkers of America. It seems our honorable opposition have anointed themselves the king of beers. The king of beers. Have you ever heard? I guess they never got the memo. This is America. America is a democracy. Break it down. Democracy. With that in mind, we hereby announce Miller's candidacy for the president of beers. Now, this campaign is about the character of our beer. Miller Lite, the great tasting beer that's less filling. It's a good call. Miller Genuine Draft, a beer with genuine flavor that's cold filtered smooth. Another good call. People, the choice is yours. Beer's been out there wandering around in a monarchy too long. Beer needs democracy too. A president of beers.
Choose taste. Miller, good call.
She's torn between 16 available suitors. Who will she choose? All of them are worthy, but only one will win. When there's more than one man involved, there's bound to be trouble. So will she go for a tall guy or one of the really tall guys? Follow your heart and tune in this June to find out.
The 2004 NBA playoffs on TNT are being brought to you by Southwest Airlines, the official airline of the NBA playoffs and finals, and by Jeep, the most respected, honored, and heroic 4x4s out there, only in Jeep. Well, don't miss Braves TBS Baseball Friday Night Extra. This Friday night, Braves take on the defending world champion Marlins. The Wizard of Oz, Ozzie Smith, will join the booth as guest analyst. That's Braves Friday Night Extra. This Friday, 7:30 Eastern Time, as you look at the home of the Detroit Tigers, America Park. We are at the Palace of Auburn Hills. We are in the suburbs. And the Bucks have a 62-50 lead. 8-0 run by Milwaukee. Detroit has missed its last 5 shots. Desmond Mason not able to complete the three-point play. How about the Bucks off the boards? They have out-rebounded the Pistons 35-23, in contrast to what took place in Game 1. Here's Hamilton getting inside. On the back tap, Jones pushing it. Pistons get back. Mason wide open.
something about Mason's shot. When he lets it go, it looks like it's going to be short every time. Yet it has just enough to get over the front of the rim. It's a deceiving shot when it comes out of his hand.
Biggest lead of the night for the Bucks. Here's Tayshaun Prince. 9 points for Prince.
You see that Milwaukee more than just a couple times tonight, Marv, has had trouble deciding who's taking the ball out of bounds, and that's because Terry Porter changed up from game 1 who he wanted it taking in, and they're forgetting a little bit that someone else is supposed to be having the inbounds pass rather than the normal person. So that's why you see so many delays in getting it in.
There's a quick release by Red, but could not connect, kept alive by Smith. Smith over Prince. Back comes Phillips. Wallace facing the double. Smith able to break it up, but deflects it out of bounds. Let's check in with Charles Davis. Charles?
Guys, Desmond Mason is fine, as you can see. Already knocked down a 3 since the hit he absorbed earlier. The word from the Bucks bench. So he has a bruise on the left side between the neck and shoulder area, but obviously he's doing quite well right now.
Took that hard shot when he was hacked. Was able to convert the field goal, missed the free throw. Here is Phillips. Archie Phillips from beyond the three-point line. Bucks 64, Pistons 55.
Again, Detroit ready for the zone on the out-of-bounds play underneath that Milwaukee goes to. They worked on it quite a bit today. Side outs, under outs in their shoot around, and dividends paid off right there.
Red for 3. Is there a quicker release in the NBA?
If there is, I don't know who it is, but it almost looks as if many times he's got his mind made up that when he catches it, he knows he's going up with it, Mark, to get the shot off. That's why so many of his shots look like they're so well contested, yet he strokes it and makes it.
17 points for Michael Red. Nice play by Smith, able to front Ben Wallace.
This is the most impressed I've been with Joe Smith. The total game tonight that he's played has just simply been outstanding.
Bucks turn it over. Here's Phillips with a 4-on-3. Phillips takes all the way. Milwaukee's lead is 10 with 2.5 to play in the third. Raymond Jones calling out a play. Mason being played aggressively by Hamilton. Shot clock down to 4. Down to 2. Mason has to fling. And it went over the top of the backboard, so the ball back to Detroit.
Mason placed in a tough spot. Shot clock down to 3. When he caught it, he looked at the other end, knew he had to get it up there. It was a wing and a prayer.
I love this game because of the NBA playoffs.
Oh, thanks, Marge.
Sorry.
There's this guy named Murphy. He's got this law that says whatever can go wrong will. That's why the trail-rated Jeep Grand Cherokee is tested on Earth's toughest terrain. It's your loophole in Murphy's Law.
Mike, stop!
Trail-rated capability. Only in a Jeep 4x4.
At the Bud Light Institute, we're proud that our beer is made with all natural ingredients and is low in carbs. So few, in fact, it's easy to burn the carbs in one Bud Light. That's why we've created the Mini Treadmill 2010. Use your treadmill at home, on the town, even in the gym. And it stores conveniently away till you need to use it again. Order yours today. Fresh, smooth, real. Bud Light, it's all here.
So let me get this straight. You prefer to own one movie rather than order up to 5 movies on pay-per-view for the same price. I guess. That's like buying the whole studio instead of the ticket.
Will you look at this? Cooper Tilson's latest documentary is pulling him into a mystery because the crime he's investigating is unfinished.
Let's get out of here.
Cold Creek Manor.
DirecTV pay-per-view. Entertainment has never been so convenient.
Two remarkable fighters and even more remarkable men whose rise from tough, often brutal beginnings
Living on the streets, living out of motels, hotels. I used to beat them up every day, hanging out with gangs.
has defied the odds.
My dad left when I was really young.
There were 13 of them that jumped him.
This month, UFC presents Bad Boy and Iceman. A closer look, an exclusive documentary on DirecTV pay-per-view channel 190.
Well, here it is, tonight's version of Bud Light's Idle Thoughts from the mind of the Czar.
I was thinking, Marv, there are so many great matchups this year in the NBA playoffs, and then you think of Houston with Jeff Van Gundy, Miami with his brother Stan Van Gundy. I was wondering, when were the last set of brothers to both be in the playoffs at the same time? You have to go back to 1977. You look over at the Piston bench and you see Herb Brown, who was coaching here in Detroit at that time, along with Larry Brown, who was coaching in Denver. That was the last time only two sets of brothers in the history of the NBA in the playoffs at the same time. Just something I was thinking about.
You know, that may be the most excellent idle thought that you've had since this fascinating series has begun.
Because it's probably the only one that you've understood so far.
You may be correct, and I'm not alone in that department. That was very good, Czar. You obviously had help from the staff.
I want to thank my assistants who worked on this research for a week long.
Hamilton is rejected. Racing off the ball fake. Smith is fouled. 1:48 remaining in this third quarter. Bucks have led by as many as 14. It is now a 10-point lead. Foul on Williamson, that is his second.
And Terry Porter very upset with the fact that they're not being awarded 2 free throws. He's saying that Joe Smith was trying to go up with the shot, but that he just got pulled back down. The officials feel that he was not in the act of shooting.
Tony Kukoc back on the floor. Shot 5 for 5 in the second quarter. Look out. Mike able to save it. Shot clock down to 7. Mike for Smith, rejected by Ben Wallace.
You have got to go strong with Ben Wallace around because he finds a way of getting to the ball, changing or blocking shots.
Basket will not count. Foul before the shot attempt.
A beautiful job of penetration by Brevin Knight with the shot clock running down. He brings Wallace over. Wallace stops the ball, and then inside hand, notice it's the right arm that he blocks it with. Right arm means you avoid the contact. Left arm would carry his body into the offensive player. Probably have a foul.
Second rejection on the night for Ben Wallace. Milwaukee foul called on Tony Kukoc. Prince wide open for 3. It's a 7-point game as we come up on 1 minute remaining in the third.
What a turnaround that is, Marv, because it looked like a short dunk for Joe Smith. Instead, he doesn't get the 2 points, and Detroit comes right back down against a huge basket.
Pistons with a 10-3 run. Here is Smith. Rebounded by Ben Wallace. Williamson on the run. Behind the back. That's a risky pass. Williamson posting his way. Good play by Mason to get the tie-up.
That was a great play by Mason because he anticipated the perfect time to come as Williamson was spinning back in the lane. And Williamson was on his way to score. He was deep in the lane on Kukoc. Look at him come right on time, tie him up immediately. And you've got to get your body in there and hold on because Williamson is strong.
Pistons control. Lindsey Hunter resets. Hunter played by Knight. Shot clock down to 4. Here's Williamson. Rebounded by Smith. We're down to 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Joe Smith going behind the back. What a night for Smith. 11 points, 12 rebounds, 3 blocks, 2 steals, 10 seconds to go. Michael Redd able to conclude the third by hitting the straightaway 3. 20 points for Redd, 4 from downtown.
Shrimp has never tasted so big. Introducing TGI Fridays' new shrimp flavors. 3 all-new dishes overflowing with flavor. Like orange peel shrimp with a sweet and tangy glaze. Sizzling shrimp in a zesty pepper and tomato sauce. And spicy Cajun shrimp and chicken pasta. Get a taste of the new shrimp flavors, now at TGI Fridays.
In 2 days.
I'm gonna go get her. Anyone who gets in my way.
Motorcycle financing can have a funny way of changing on you when you don't expect it. So keep your eyes open and get a straight deal that doesn't change with financing that's as solid as a Honda. Right now, get 0 down payment and lock in a low 6.9% fixed APR for up to 5 years or 3.9% fixed APR for up to 3 years on VTX 1800, Goldwing, or Aquatrax. So head for your Honda dealer today. And remember, it's not just a deal, it's a straight deal, and it's from Honda.
Welcome back to the Palace of Auburn Hills as we head to the fourth quarter. The Milwaukee Bucks with a 70-60 lead on the Detroit Pistons as they look to tie this series at 1. Detroit Hall of Fame head coach Larry Brown upset a moment ago, and apparently, Czar, he felt that there should have been an 8-second violation called on the Bucks. Remember when Joe Smith went behind the back, they took a lot of time getting the ball out of the backcourt.
That's what Larry's complaint was, and he felt that it's happened twice already tonight that there's been a backcourt violation because the Bucks have been taking their time getting it up the court.
Phillips and Hamilton and Hunter in a 3-guard set for Detroit. The big men are Rasheed Wallace, Paulus Williamson. So the Pistons in a hole here at the start. They have trailed by as many as 14. They're now down by 10. Hunter for 3. Rebounded by Rasheed Wallace.
Tony Kukoc never went and stuck his body into Wallace, or he would have had a piece of that rebound. Instead, it went over the top of his head. Wallace coming up with it.
Phillips able to recover, finding Rasheed Wallace, rejected, and fouled as Wallace hits the deck, helped up by Mason. Desmond Mason on the foul. That's his second.
Nice unselfish pass from Phillips, dropping it off at the end. Could have been a jumper, but instead he drops it off to his big man. There you see Milwaukee trying to prevent the foul. Mason goes over immediately. Makes Rasheed know that there was no harm intended. It was just a playoff foul to stop the dunk.
Rasheed Wallace, a 74% free throw shooter, as we touched on earlier. After the trade with Atlanta, with Rasheed Wallace, a member of the Pistons, Detroit, with a record of 20 up and 6 down. What a combination up front, Rasheed Wallace and Ben Wallace.
Well, does it surprise you that here we are in the fourth quarter and there has not been 1 point scored yet by the bench of Detroit? That's deep bench that we keep talking about.
That also a turn from what took place in game 1 on Sunday. Bucks able to keep it alive. Van Horn is back in. He and Kukoc up front along with Mason. Backcourt of Mike and Red. Michael Red has had the hot hand bouncing back from his performance in game 1. Here's Kukoc from downtown. It's a rare miss for Tony Kukoc. Hamilton try to gun it down low. It's broken up. Comes back to Hamilton. Hamilton. Well, the Pistons got a break off that deflection. They are within 7. Reba Knight setting it up. Mason guarded tightly by Hamilton. There's Mason with that hesitation dribble, but he is trapped and fouled.
Milwaukee has a very difficult time passing out of these traps, these double teams. And that's because Detroit, number one, forms a good, hard, strong double team, and they're very long with their arms. So when you get yourself caught in it like he does right now, suddenly they close the trap, squeeze on it. There you see where he gets himself up in the air. He can't pass over the top of it.
Here's Red on another lightning quick release. He has 22 points. Michael Red, 8 for 16 from the field. Whistle away from the ball, and a foul is called on the Bucks. It is on Red. That's his third. Prior to that jumper by Red, the Bucks with just 1 field goal the previous 5 minutes. In fact, Red has the last 8 points for Milwaukee. Bucks have done a good job on Billups. Hamilton lost it. Last touch by Milwaukee.
Reverend Knight getting that hand in there at the last second to deflect it before Hamilton was ready to go up over the top of the much smaller Knight. See if they run the zone again, Milwaukee. Remember now, 2 scores already tonight for Detroit against the zone defense on out-of-bounds plays.
And a foul is called as the ball tossed in. It is on Van Horn. And apparently the ball was inbounds, a non-shooting foul.
Yeah, it would have been shots, 2 shots now if the ball had not been passed yet, but the ball, the official said, was in the air out of the man's hands who was standing out of bounds, so it's just a foul with no shots.
There's Billups taking a hip check from Kukoc. Second on Kukoc. And very quickly the Bucks with their 4th team foul.
What that means is for the next 9 minutes and 48 seconds of this game, on the tic-tac fouls, the accidental fouls, on loose ball rebound situations, Detroit will be rewarded and they will go to the foul line. Let's keep an eye now. They have 11 free throws up to this point in the game. Let's see how many they wind up with at the end.
Billups had it knocked away by Knight. So Detroit with 6 on the shot clock. We are early 4th quarter. The Bucks have a 9-point lead. Oh, Billups inbounding to himself, and it worked. He drew the foul. He was able to throw it off Van Horn. Mason on the foul. That's his 3rd. Here's another look.
Watch, back is turned. Van Horn never looking at the ball, so Billups bounces it off him and winds up going to the line for 2.
If you're the guy with your back turned, that has got to feel awful. It happens from time to time. And a good play by Billups.
But that happens to you a lot when you play. That people bounce the ball off you?
Quite a bit. Happened a lot during the course of the game, too. (72-65), Milwaukee.
You see Reverend Knight give the signal of spread, open the floor, so he can get some penetration and kick out to the wings. There's the wing that they wanted to get it. Michael Red trying to create.
Kukoc for 3, yes! Tony Kukoc from downtown. He is 6 for 7, 13 points.
It all starts because they spread the floor, got a little bit of dribble penetration, and now you had Detroit's defense scrambling to catch up to the ball as it was passed.
Hamilton, yes. 18 points for Richard Hamilton. Bucks 75, Pistons 67.
The reason why Brevin Knight is waving everybody to go down the floor on his team, he wants to be able to see the whole defense in front of him so nobody can blindside him.
Beautiful pass from Kukoc. Red not able to hit, but a foul. Foul on Hunter. Timeout is called with 8:46 remaining. In this fourth quarter, Tony Kukoc has been on fire. Hit all 5 of his shots in the first half. Kukoc leading the way with 13 points.
Are you searching for the great fajita? Introducing Chili's sizzling new steak and portobello mushroom fajitas. Tender, juicy grilled steak, topped with grilled, marinated portobello mushrooms, and then served with warm flour tortillas and a chimichurri sauce you can drizzle on for even more flavor. Chili's new steak and portobello mushroom fajitas. Want more flavor in your life?
Welcome to Chili's.
Years ago, horsepower ruled the streets. Cars with big engines, big tires, and an appetite for pure performance. Now they're back at Radio Shack. New Zip Zaps SE Micro RC's muscle cars. The mighty Hemi Cuda, Chevelle SS, GTO Judge, and more. With digital proportional controls and working lights, you can race 6 at once. Each sold separately, assembly required, batteries not included. The muscle is back at Radio Shack.
This summer, one man will rise up and battle legends in search of his destiny. Van Helsing. The NBA Playoffs 2004.
Having trouble sleeping? Well, you're not alone. Nearly 70 million of us Americans can't get enough sleep. And no wonder with all the stress today. Now there's a natural way to get the rest you need. It's called the Nautilus Sleep System. Nautilus's unique air chamber design allows you to personalize your comfort every night, just by inflating or deflating the pressure. And your spouse is going to love this bed too, because the dual zones allow them to control their own comfort. You got to call this toll-free number now to get a free video that tells you all about it. Now you can get one of these great mattresses for as little as $25 a month. And Nautilus lets you actually sleep on the bed for 90 nights to make sure you really love it. Hey, a better mattress means better rest, naturally. Call now for your free video or visit them online at greatsleep.com and start getting the natural sleep you need.
This is a Milwaukee Bucks team that surprised people around the NBA. They got off to a fast start. And the last month and a half, it has been a different story, primarily because of the absence of their superb rookie point guard, T.J. Ford, late February. 4.5 minutes remaining in the game. T.J. colliding with Mark Matson of the T-Wolves, came down hard on his tailbone, lying on the floor motionless before he was tied to a stretcher, taken to the hospital for x-rays. Suffered a bruised spinal cord. He will eventually undergo surgery. And TJ was off to a wonderful start in his rookie season. Let's go to Charles Davis with TJ Ford.
Thanks, Mark. TJ, they talked about you having surgery. Has that date been scheduled?
You know, right now they're going to release something in a couple of days.
Well, as you prepare for surgery, have the doctors told you about different things you should be doing? I saw you lightly working out on the court prior to tonight's game.
You know, pretty much I'm feeling, healthy, but at the same time, I'm not trying to risk, going out and getting injured. So we've been really, getting a lot of opinions from different doctors, and, we feel that, I have a long career and I don't want to jeopardize it.
Last year, you took your Texas Longhorns to the Final Four. It's playoff time in Milwaukee. It's got to be very difficult for you not to be on the floor right now. How are you handling it?
It's real difficult. This time of year that everyone loves to be, and to have the opportunity to win a championship. And you know, the first game we didn't play well, and that was kind of, you know, tough just watching it. But you know, I'm really excited for the team and that we're doing well right now as we're speaking, and you know, hopefully we can pull this victory out.
All right, thank you, TJ. Good luck to you. Marv, back to you.
All right, thanks, Charles. Off the steal, Knight gets it to Mason. Foul is called. And the Knight was hit out on the left wing, foul by Phillips. TJ Ford, winner of the Naismith and Wooden Awards, as College Player of the Year last season, following an illustrious career at the University of Texas. You surprised by his success?
I think many people were. They felt that he was too small, didn't possess the outside shot that you have to make it. And there's Brevin Knight, who many people felt was going to be too small, and Brevin gets the shot to fall. Smart players, speed and quickness, ability to make good decisions and run the show. If you have those leadership characteristics, you can play basketball.
So the Bucks now lead at 79-67. 4 minutes gone by in the fourth quarter. Offensive foul, illegal pick. Paulus Williamson on the foul. That is his third. Numbers on TJ, 7 points, just under 7 assists. And as he mentioned to Charles, looking to schedule that surgery. He'd like to be ready for the start of next season.
And he has to be very, very concerned, the young man, because you never know when you go under the knife and they perform the surgery, how is everything going to turn out? He's off to such a great start here as a rookie in the league, and now he faces this, obviously, major crisis.
Shot clock down to 3. Mason comes back to Kukoc. His pass intercepted.
Tony Kukoc, the veteran that he is, made a bad decision. He should have brought the ball back outside. Brevin Knight was standing there. Knight was calling for the ball. Knight's yelling at Kukoc right now, what's going on? Bring it out. Let me set it up. Get us a good shot. Kukoc got himself in the air. As a result, no 2 points for Milwaukee, and now 2 free throw attempts for Prince. You wouldn't expect a veteran like Tony Kukoc to make that mistake. He's a little too excited. He thought he could make a great play happen.
Reach and foul was charged to Red. Bucks over the foul limit. Well, coming up next, right here on TNT, to be game 2 between the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. And tomorrow night on TNT, it's the Knicks and the Nets from Madison Square Garden in New York, followed by game 3 between the Spurs and the Grizzlies. Coverage tomorrow night starting 7 o'clock Eastern time. 79-69, Milwaukee. Just under 7.5 remaining in the fourth quarter.
You're seeing it. This is the steady diet of what Detroit's going to play against. Open set. Try to break the Pistons down off the dribble and create a shot for someone.
Kukoc lost it. Strong pass from Van Horn, and Kukoc not able to hold on. Phillips played by Knight. Phillips for 3. Red had it knocked away, then recovered. And Mason pulls it back.
He was tempted, though, Marv. You saw it. He was tempted to try and make the pass to Van Horn, who was running hard for the layup. He decided better, pulled it back out, let Knight get him into what they want to run right now.
Hamilton doing a nice job on Red. Not allowing Red to get to the ball. Kukoc, that will count. Just did beat the shot clock.
So Tony Kukoc answers. First he has the turnover, then he has the ball go out of bounds.
Double foul has been called on Hamilton and Red. That's 5 on Hamilton, 5 on Red. And Desmond Mason is being ushered aside, having some words. Like Ben Wallace was involved. Mason has been unhappy all night. Technical fouls called on Mason and Hamilton.
Right now, Desmond Mason needs to keep quiet. His team is up in the game right now. They're leading by 12 points. They don't need to say anything at all.
And assistant coach Sam Mitchell racing out onto the floor to try and settle down Desmond Mason. A timeout has been taken. First, the double foul on Hamilton and Red, so two important players with 5 fouls apiece, and then the double technical. Leading to the timeout. Bucks up by 12.
That ain't no shot. No, that's a crime.
They're ready for the NBA playoffs. Are you? The NBA playoffs are on TNT. But you can still catch the drama of Law and Order. Back-to-back Fridays starting at 7.
Only on TNT.
Did you see that move?
What's cold? Coors Light, fast breaks and steals. What's cold? 3-on-1, that's when the game get real. What's cold? Slapping backboards, dunking and breaking glass. No look passes, throwing elbows and talking trash. If you weak, then have a seat. You need to get off the court. Life's cold, but ain't no place for you in this here sport. Ice cold, frost bitten and shivering. It's cold like that, and you could either watch it or live it.
Unleash the Rocky Mountain cold taste of Coors Light.
Another new K-Swiss.
Put your spin on it.
This is how I spin it.
Buy K-Swiss.
Put your spin on it.
Look it up.
Mix it.
Spin it like this.
Put your spin on it.
Represent my team.
My team.
They're new. 5 stripes.
Put your spin on it.
Red or blue.
I wear my K-Swiss like this. Put your spin on it. Put your spin on it. K-Swiss.
Welcome back to the Palace of Auburn Hills, the 2004 NBA playoffs on TNT. Being brought to you by Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light. Cold down easy. By Wendy's new Chicken Temptations. It's better here. By Van Helsing, starring Hugh Jackman and Kate Beckinsale on May 7th. Adventure lives forever. And by K-Swiss. Let's check out what's coming to TNT.
West. Jim West.
The Wild West just got a lot wilder.
Now what? Nice hat. That'll get you killed.
Wild Wild West, the new classic, Saturday night at 9 Eastern on TNT.
Well, let's go back a few moments ago. What actually took place was a double foul on Hamilton and Red, and then a double technical on Mason and Hamilton. Watch these two players right here in the screen. That's where the action's going to take place. Hamilton, you'll see, is following across the floor defensively. Red trying to get rid of him. They lock arms underneath the basket. Then one grabs the arm. Now watch Hamilton throw the shoulder right now into Red's chest. There, that's where the next call takes place. That's when things really got heated up.
Eric Strickland has come on for Michael Red, sitting down after picking up a 5th foul. And Lindsey Hunter replacing Richard Hamilton. 6:24 to go in this 4th quarter. The Bucks with an 81-69 lead. Detroit enormously successful here at home during the regular season at 31-10. And Milwaukee on the road up and down at 14-27. Looking to pull off a major upset to tie the series at 1.
Well, Milwaukee had a couple of things happen tonight. They got Michael Red back on track with 24 points. They got a huge performance off the bench by Tony Kukoc, and they more than held their own on the boards, and their defense has been superb.
Eric Strickland digging in on Tayshaun Prince, was able to make the spin and draws the foul. Prince 3 for 3 at the line, and he will shoot 2. Foul on Kukoc, his 3rd. Prince a 77% free throw shooter. Tayshaun, 14 points, 11 rebounds in game 1 on Sunday. Now has 15 points tonight. Milwaukee up by 10. They've led by as many as 14. Brevin Knight, guarded by Chauncey Billups. Now Van Horn sets the pick. Here's Knight. He is fouled and took a hard hit. Brevin Knight obviously shaken up. Foul on Billups. That is number 4.
You see Knight change his pace coming off the high screen, gets into the seam, and then just as he goes up, he gets hit from behind.
Brevin Knight has made the rounds this season. He began the year with Phoenix, on to Washington, now Milwaukee. Look at the foul rundown. 5 on Red, 5 on Hamilton. Billups now with 4. Solid performance for Brevin Knight. 6 points, 4 assists, 7 rebounds, and a couple of steals.
And a major steadying influence. The other thing he did is he took a little bit out of the wind of those Detroit sails, so to say, the confidence they had in their defense. Brevin Knight took it away.
It'll be Milwaukee ball, last touched by Billups.
You're getting a little chuckle, aren't you? Because I'm giving you a few cliches here that you probably haven't heard before.
Wind out of their sails, so to say. Well, what does that mean? There's Rip Hamilton checking back in. Is that coach speak? Well, what is this? 5.5 remaining in the 4th quarter. And the Bucks with a 12-point lead as Mason inbounds. The Detroit bench has come up empty. The Bucks bench has outscored the Pistons 27-zip. Shot clock down to 6. Mason lost and recovered by Van Horn. And here come the Pistons.
Van Horn had it in his hands. He's just not strong enough in there to clear it and get it out of there. The Bucks would have had another possession.
Hamilton. Is that an offensive foul? It is. That's number 6. Rip Hamilton is fouled out. That's a huge loss for the Pistons.
Remember, it was Mason and Hamilton. There's a technical foul called by Bennett Salvatore. It was a double technical on Mason and Hamilton a few moments ago, and this is Mason moving his feet, getting his body in front of Hamilton. You see Hamilton driving through his chest. Hamilton now goes to the bench.
Well, he was just hit with a second technical, and he'll be ejected from the scene as he threw the face mask, and he now is being asked to leave. He fouled out and was hit with the 2 technicals. 18 points for Hamilton as he heads back to the locker room. He could be hit with another technical. He's very fortunate that the officials are handling it with compassion. Keith Van Horn has had a nightmare. Just missed the technical. He's 0 for 7 from the field. He's 0 for 1 at the line. I mentioned earlier, though, Van Horn playing with that injured right hand, spraining the middle finger on his shooting hand back in early March. 83-71 Milwaukee, just under 5 remaining in the 4th.
How about Porter putting Strickland back in these closing minutes with the game? Very, very crucial minutes. Obviously, there you'll see the offensive foul picked up as Lindsey Hunter leaves his man in the corner and steps in front of Mason to pick up the charge. Mason lowers that head. Hunter gambles, steps over, gets in front, willing to take the abuse that comes with sticking your body in there.
That is number 4 on Mason. Gene Wallace gives it right back. Here's Prince, way off. Knight to Van Horn. That's his first field goal. Beautiful pass from Brother Knight.
Here's the decision making. Do you pull it out or do you try and push and take advantage of the easy one? That time Knight's decision was to hit Van Horn. Van Horn finally converted on one.
Prince. That comes Knight. So the Bucks in control. They lead by 14. It matches their biggest lead of the night with just under 4 minutes remaining on the floor.
Well, Milwaukee will have to make a decision now how much help they want to give on those post people, because already Detroit has taken 19 three-point attempts in this game. If you help too much down low, they'll shoot them from the outside.
Foul on Knight. Public address said the foul on Michael Redd was not on the floor. However,
they'll do anything they can to put a foul on Redd.
You know, Michael has that long reach from the bench. Now they make the correction. It is Brevin Knight. Phillips 4 for 4 at the line.
Well, if I had mentioned about Detroit taking the 19 free throw attempts, this is not a huge three-point shooting team based on the regular season. They only averaged just over 11.5 per game, which is right at the bottom of the league, 26th in the league. Already 19 attempts tonight, not what Larry Brown likes.
Pipes, half court, center field, rec centers, rec leagues, major leagues, and labs. Super Bowl, far bowl, windstorm, windmills, sweat chambers, and labs. Turf, grass, mud, sand, schoolyard, backyard, the garden, the swamp, the vet, the mint, the pit, the park, the lake, the J, the bar, Dean Dome, Sky Dome, and labs. Venice, Rutgers, old school, new school, home, Gatorade. Tested in labs, proven everywhere.
My life. My job, my curse, is to vanquish evil.
The night falls. The moon rises. The hunt begins.
Who's hunting whom?
On May 7th, adventure has a new name. Van Helsing. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, May 7th.
I would do just about anything to make a catch. Bang into walls, get dirty, dive into gravel. It's a game, you know. We dove and played in the dirt when we were kids. You play this game with a passion.
MLB Extra Innings from DirecTV has up to 60 games a week. That's right, 60. You gotta see it to believe it.
West. Jim West.
The Wild West just got a lot wilder.
Now what? Nice hat. That'll get you killed.
Wild Wild West, the new classic, Saturday night at 9 Eastern on TNT.
Coming up, following the Bucks and the Pistons, Game 2 of our TNT playoff doubleheader, the Denver Nuggets and the Minnesota Timberwolves. T-Wolves won Game 1, 106-92, led by Sam Cassell, 40 points on 16 of 24 from the field. Kevin Garnett, 30 points and 20 rebounds. Czar in 13 previous first-round playoff games. The home team won all 13. The Bucks with a shot to become the first visiting team in this season's playoffs to win on the road. They lead by 13, coming up on 3 minutes remaining in the fourth. Here's Knight. Brevin Knight hits the jumper and then had some words for fans at courtside.
Brevin Knight's game is based on the bravado that he has, okay, the confidence that he has as a player. When he was a starter in Cleveland, he was sensational. Couldn't ask much more from him. When he was traded a couple times and was brought off the bench, it took a little bit away from all that, his swagger, so to say, because he felt his importance wasn't as great as it was when he was a starter. Thrust into this role, into this position now, you see Knight responding to TJ being out and the fact that 25 turnovers, okay, in game number 1 by the Milwaukee team. They needed Knight to take over.
So Lindsey Hunter with the first points. Waited to see if it would be plural. First points from the Detroit bench. That is a negative stat for Larry Brown and his Pistons. Brevin Knight lost control, so the ball back to Detroit.
Probably the first bad decision play that he's made here this evening. He knew he should have gone the other direction with the pass. He threw the longer pass rather than the shorter one.
He may have been aiming at someone here to our right. Here's Rasheed Wallace. 87-76. And you see pressure now by the Pistons. Mike James all over. Brevin Knight. Just under 2.5 remaining in the fourth. And the Bucks in no hurry. Well, Terry Porter said there would be a couple of adjustments. As you mentioned, he told us earlier he was happy with the defensive plan. Here's Red. Just did get it off in time to beat the shot clock. But the Bucks have played brilliantly here this evening. That's a rejection by Van Horn. A number of heroes for Milwaukee. Joe Smith, 11 points, career high for the playoffs, 13 rebounds. Desmond Mason, 17 points. Michael Redd with 24. Tony Kukoc off the bench. He hit 7 of 8, 15 points. Just under 2 minutes to play. Here's Hunter. Lindsey Hunter from downtown. It's an 8-point game with 1:54 remaining. And the Bucks throw it away. This one isn't over. 7:01 by Detroit. And Terry Porter calls for time.
You're exactly right, Marv. Right now, Detroit, realizing that there's almost 2 minutes remaining in this game, realize that they have an opportunity here to pull this thing back out again. Right now, Milwaukee at the offensive end looking like they want to just hold on to this lead and let the game end, and it doesn't work that way with a 24-second clock. They're pressuring all over, trying to force turnovers, and then it leaves very little time left on the 24-second clock.
Milwaukee with 2 timeouts remaining. Detroit has 2. Now look at the Eastern Conference brackets. Pacers with the 2-0 lead on the Celtics. Game 3 Friday night in Boston. Beating the Hornets playing this evening in Miami. Pistons and Bucks resume with Game 3 on Saturday. We'll be there. We'll have it for you on TNT, 3:30 Eastern Time start. And the Nets and the Knicks in Game 3 of their series. The Nets winning the first 2 overwhelmingly. And they'll play at Madison Square Garden on Thursday night. Both clubs are over the foul limit. We have 1:54 remaining in this fourth quarter. Here is Billups for 3. Rasheed Wallace at a back tap, and it's gathered in by James. Here's James. 87-81. It's a 6-point game with 1:36 to play in the fourth. The Bucks do get it in. Pressure from Detroit as Knight gets it across. And Knight is fouled. Pistons are looking for a traveling violation. Foul on Billups. That's number 5.
As Detroit has been doing their job in catching up here, you'll see the penetration of James Olakuko. It's James with the floater. And now you'll see the contact that time by Billups, which knocks him to the ground. Brevin Knight has shot 79% from the free throw line since he has been a Milwaukee Buck.
Now Joe Smith returns, coming out for Keith Van Horn. Bucks 88, Pistons 81, 1:28 remaining in the fourth quarter. Milwaukee has led by as many as 15. It's an 8-point lead. Hunter from way downtown. Rebounded by Ben Wallace. Here's Rasheed Wallace for three. Kept alive by Billups. Here's Hunter. 89-83. Just under 1 minute remaining in the fourth quarter. And Knight is fouled.
A lot of pressure on Brevin Knight right now. They're coming after him with 2 or 3 people. The fatigue factor is setting in, obviously. Knight trying to fight his way through it. They're going to keep putting him on the line. He'll have to respond by making free throws.
Tripping foul on James. Knight 4 for 4 at the line. All his free throws here down the stretch. Both teams are over the foul limit. Detroit with 2 timeouts to go. Milwaukee 2 under 20. Knight hits 1 of 2, and Larry Brown uses 1 of those timeouts. 56 seconds left in the fourth. The Bucks trying to hold on. They're up by 7.
Somebody once said, everyone will get 15 minutes to fan. Some insurance companies seem to think that that's all you need. But at Allstate, they think 15 minutes may not be enough. That's why they'll take as much time as you need so you can make sure your insurance coverage is right. You deserve more time in the spotlight. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands?
Rumble, young girl, rumble.
Southwest game break, Ernie Johnson in Atlanta. Game 2 of our doubleheader has Carmelo Anthony and the Nuggets taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Sam Cassell had 40 the other night. Kevin Garnett had 30 and 20 rebounds. Cassell and Garnett certainly making their points to Denver. Marv, so to say.
You know, that's a phrase that really could catch on around the country.
I think that's an unfair shot, actually. I'm surprised at Ernie, to be honest with you.
So to say. The Bucks 90, the Pistons 83, 56 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. So Detroit able to rally. This one appeared to be over. Bucks led by as many as 15. It'll be the Pistons ball in their front court. They do have 1 timeout remaining.
Larry Brown.
Well, Rasheed Wallace takes it and scores! It's a 4-point game. Here's pressure by the Pistons. Knight able to get it across. Knight with the cross court to Jones. Larry Brown says don't foul. Red picks it, picked off by Hunter. 2-on-1. Here's James, and James lays it home. It's a 2-point game. We're down to a half minute. 9-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Timeout, Milwaukee.
love for you is strong. My desire for you is strong. I think of you day and night, every time I dunk and when I box out. I think me and you make nice couple. If I cannot make you mine, that would be so stink. Love, Vlade.
Introducing TGI Fridays new shrimp flavors. Tangy orange peel shrimp, zesty sizzling shrimp, and spicy Cajun shrimp and chicken pasta. Get a taste of the new shrimp flavors now at TGI Fridays.
Those who do evil to others will come to know me well. Critics are raving about The Punisher. Hugely entertaining. Shouldn't play with knives. No holds barred action. 4 stars. The Punisher. Rated R. Now playing.
Welcome back with Detroit down 7 points. They come out of a timeout. Larry Brown draws up the play. They go to Rasheed Wallace, who is deep behind the three-point line. He answers it to cut that 7-point lead down to 4. Then the Piston defense comes right back. The step up by Lindsey Hunter. The deflection. He then leads the fast break and drops it off to his teammate Mike James, who cuts the lead down to 2 points, 90-88 in favor of the Bucks.
The Pistons with a 16-3 run. 27 seconds remaining in the fourth. They have 17 on the shot clock, so that's a 10-second differential. The Milwaukee lead is down to 2 after leading by as many as 15.
Detroit just needs to play good, solid defense and don't foul. There's 10-second differential between game clock and shot clock. They want to dig in, not foul, and then they know what they want to do after they get the rebound. They're going to push it back.
Shot clock down to 5. Here is Knight. The rebound back tap, countered by Jones, knocked out of his hands, and a foul. Foul against the Pistons. It is on Phillips, so he is fouled out, joining his backcourt partner, Richard Hamilton. Damon Jones will go to the line. He's a 76% free throw shooter. Not a guy who shoots a lot of free throws, 55 for 72 during the regular season.
Played all 82 games, only got to the free throw line for 72 attempts, as you mentioned. So he's up here right now for probably the 2 biggest ones of his career.
Damon Jones in his 6th season out of Houston, a former Piston, member of the Sacramento Kings last year. 2 for 2 at the line tonight. 5-10 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Looked like Lindsey Hunter had something to say, whispering sweet nothings in the ear of Damon Jones.
Detroit has 1 timeout remaining. 1 timeout remaining for the Pistons.
Jones missing on both. It is Detroit ball with 9 and 1/10 seconds remaining. The Pistons with a chance to tie it or win it, down by 2.
You know the feeling. Every guy's had it. You're unbeatable, unstoppable. You got that walking on water feeling. You look, they smile. You win, they go home.
The feeling that you get when you're at your very best.
Yeah. And once you had the feeling, you want it back. There's nothing like it. It's the best. It's the feeling you get every day with the world's best shave. Mach 3 Turbo. It's like having an angel by your side. Every move is smooth. Every word is cool.
The best and nothing less.
Yeah. I never want to lose that feeling. It's the best, man.
The best a man can
Pistons just used their final timeout. Czar, Milwaukee led this game 87-72 with 2 minutes and 58 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. Detroit with a 16-3 run. They have moved within 2. They are without their big shot makers. Both Chauncey Billups and Rip Hamilton have fouled out. So how does Larry Brown try to play it here?
Well, you mentioned that with 2:58 remaining, there were some people who were starting to leave, but I bet you they turned around and came back in. You got to say that Rasheed Wallace, who just made that huge 3, would be one of the guys they may go to. Obviously, Deshaun Prince, also the ability to make a big shot.
9 2/10 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. The Bucks seeking to tie the series at 1 as it heads back to Milwaukee for Saturday afternoon's Game 3. All right, here is Prince. Passed on to 3. Hunter. And batted away and knocked out of bounds. It'll be Detroit ball with 4 1/10 seconds remaining.
And no timeouts remaining.
Oh, wait a moment. They called it last touch. Last touch by the Pistons.
I was wondering who deflected it, because as Wallace started to go up, it looked like it just slipped out of his hands. I didn't see a Milwaukee guy stick a hand in there.
The Pistons were about to inbound, and then we saw the indication from the officials, so the Bucks take over with 4 seconds to play.
Here's the dribble penetration, the kick out. Now we'll see right there. It just slips out of Rasheed Wallace's hands. Nobody ever got a deflection in there at all. He starts to go up, throws it out of bounds. You see the official on the baseline. That just clearly slips out of his hands. And Bennett Salvatore is down on the baseline. He points that direction first. Now, whether the officials got together then and talked it over, but whoever gave it the best look, and whoever gave the information to Salvatore, they changed it and made the right call. They gave the ball back to Milwaukee.
Pistons are over the foul limit. Damon Jones was on the line a moment ago and missed 2 free throws.
Well, if they have a timeout remaining, Milwaukee, if they can't get it in, they can take another one.
Kukoc does get it in, and a foul, a hard foul. And once again, the Bucks to the line. This time it will be Michael Redd. And Redd is 4 for 4 at the line tonight, an 87% free throw shooter. Foul on Prince.
And Larry Brown's going to have to call out whatever he wants after these 2 free throw attempts if they still have a chance to get a shot off and tie this game or win it somehow, because they have no timeouts left.
3 7/10 seconds remaining in the fourth. And it's a 3-point Milwaukee lead. Michael Redd with clutch free throw shooting. No timeouts remaining. Here is Prince. Milwaukee does not want to foul. Here's James for 3. And the Milwaukee Bucks have upset the Detroit Pistons here at the Palace of Auburn Hills. They've tied the series at 1. A 92-88 victory for the Bucks. Michael Redd with 26 points. Tony Kukoc, 15. Desmond Mason, 15. Joe Smith, 11 points, 13 rebounds. Detroit led by Chauncey Billups with 20 points. Rasheed Wallace with 16. This is Marv Albert with the Czar, Mike Fratello, and Charles Davis saying so long from Detroit. Now let's go to Dick Stockton and Steve Kerr with Minnesota.
Welcome back to NBA action. All right, time now for the top 10 plays of the week in our NBA TV countdown. Starting us off at number 10, it's the Got Milk Rookie of the Year, Cleveland's LeBron James.
Here comes LeBron James. Oh, he was waiting all night.
At 9, it's the Warriors' Mike Dunleavy as he leaves it behind for Jason Richardson.
Dunleavy in a foot race. Mike to the rim. Drops it back to Richardson.
And they're going to count it. Dunleavy's going to shoot a free throw, and they're going to count this basket.
At At number 8, Jason Kidd sets up Kenyon Martin with a little help from the glass.
And takes it all away, or maybe it was an intended pass for Kenyon Martin. I think it was.
You can't see behind it, get it? He can.
Coming in at number 7, the Spurs' Manu Ginobili goes right through a pack of Grizzlies.
Oh, what a play by Manu Ginobili. And went in against 3 big defenders.
At number 6, the Rockets' Steve Francis drove past every roadblock, even a big one named Shaq.
Oh, what a play from Steve Francis. He wanted a foul, but O'Neal just stood there.
In at number 5, in the closing moments of Game 1, Shaq bails out the Lakers.
O'Neal, foul! Yao is fouled out, and the Lakers regain the lead.
At number 4, it's another Game 1 hero, as Heat rookie Dwayne Wade burns the Hornets.
Wade putting the move on Davis. Here is Wade. Yes! With 1.3 to go, Dwayne Wade has given Miami a 2-point lead.
Hit at number 3 in the final game of the regular season, Kobe Bryant comes through for the Lakers.
Kobe cannot get Patterson in the air. A wild three, hit it.
Kobe Bryant ties the ball game up as only Kobe Bryant can do.
At 2, it's Kobe again in double overtime, trying to give LA the division title.
Bryant for 3.
I told you before, this is not the guy you want to let shoot the shot in this building.
And with the number 1 play of the week, Kobe one more time as he carried his Magic right into the playoffs.
That was unbelievable!
That's our show for this week. Thanks for watching. Last week, fans on NBA.com said that this amazing play by Kobe Bryant off the glass was the number 1 play of the week, and it's certainly worth another look. And you can follow all the action from the 2004 NBA playoffs by logging on to the league's official website, NBA.com. I'm Jim Fagan for NBA Action. See you next week.